It's not even real soap. But not Dr. Squatch. We make our soaps with...
Feet hurting, world full of busy bees working. I ain't never met a free person. I don't get along with these earthlings. I'm trying to seek purpose, fight for something I believe's worth it. For the curse, I'ma reverse it. I don't dream cause I sleep nervous. Yet I keep flirting, face death like a Steve Irwin. Whole heat, I'ma drink thermos. Tell the bartender keep serving. I'm trying to be perfect, using dirty shit to clean dirt with. Only happy when the weed burning. Traded oxygen to breathe herping. Till I see curtains, lungs fail and they cease working. There is something that I need urgent, suffocating, trying to squeeze words in. What would I do with my last breath? Would I yell? Would I cry? Would I laugh? Cause I'm glad that I'm past that mess. Till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you living is better than good breath when you lack flesh. Got a glass chest that I cracked and my lost breath hasn't made it back yet. I'm on my last breath, walking the last step. I'm on the last test. Final answer and my last guess. Wonder what I gotta pass next. I'm on my last quest. So much harder than my last track. Mad bless, hope I can outlast death. Grim Reaper got my address. Down to my last cent. Cash spent from a check I don't even have yet from my last rent. Sweater shit has got me mad stressed. I inherited my dad's debt. Never got to hear his last breath. And the only reason I ain't passed yet, I'm the first ever and the last left. I let the record show. I let the tech explode. Put on the weapon show. Pull up the Texaco. Knuckles in Mexico. Call up the technical. They know the text will blow. Shot that I'm Plexico. Turn you to vegetable. Body electrical. Acid and alkaline. Body so flexible. The shooter's feast like a Uber Eats. Got a group of these suited these scooter bees. While letting the Uzi Aruga speak. An American got up in Cuba eats. The powers they seek and powers the weak. They follow and creeps. Powers they be. Inherit the world from cowards and sheep. Been to the mountaintop towers and peaks. Flowers and sweets and showered our feet. The lightning intended to shower the sleep. Shower the D's. It's not a verse, it's our receipts. What would I do with my last breath? Would I yell? Would I cry? Would I laugh? Cause I'm glad that I'm past that mess. Till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you living is better than good breath when you lack flesh. Got a glass chest that I cracked and my lost breath hasn't made it back yet. I'm on my last breath, walking the last step. I'm on the last test. Final answer and my last guess. Wonder what I gotta pass next. I'm on my last quest. So much harder than my last track. Mad bless, hope I can outlast death. Grim Reaper got my address. Down to my last cent. Cash spent from a check I don't even have yet from my last rent. Swear that shit has got me mad stressed. I inherited my dad's debt. Never got to hear his last breath. And the only reason I ain't passed yet, I'm the first ever and the last left.
It's like a track fish. I attract women, they the bad women. I'ma splash in them, leave a bag with them. Then I raise seeds to be mad different. If I die now, I'm coming back in them. Cause they dad missing, but they cash dripping. Cause they royalty, so they brag different. Ain't no ass kissing, never had feelings. Seen a white victim and a black witness. Mac gripping on my last mission. Yak sipping, blowing black wisdom. Yak missing, he was lack slipping. Smack hit him, now we act different. Apparition, the bad vision. The Mac that chip him and crash the system. Uncle Tom, cause you that willing. Fuck the law, I'm going back to living. Astral prism, the black religions. Activism, the conversations. Sacrilegious, the palms of Satan. Black magicians, Babylon erasing. Raise our hands to God we praising. Hustle in the marathon we racing. Nipsey at the finish line, he waiting.
What would I do with my last breath? Would I yell? Would I cry? Would I laugh? Cause I'm glad that I'm past that mess. Till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you living is better than good breath when you lack flesh. Got a glass chest that I cracked and my lost breath hasn't made it back yet. I'm on my last breath, walking the last step. I'm on the last test. Final answer and my last guess. Wonder what I gotta pass next. I'm on my last quest. So much harder than my last track. Mad bless, hope I can outlast death. Grim Reaper got my address. Down to my last cent. Cash spent from a check I don't even have yet from my last rent. Swear that shit has got me mad stressed. I inherited my dad's debt. Never got to hear his last breath. And the only reason I ain't passed yet, I'm the first ever and the last left.
Woo! All right, family. There you have it. My brother, Cambada. All right. Black Magic off of that Holy Ghost 2. And that's featuring Red Pill and Blue Pill. You can find that on your streaming services. Who knows? One day there'll be a video. Who knows? One day there'll be a video. You know. But yeah, shout out to Cam. Shout out to Rich. Let's do this roll call. All right. Alabama is in the building. Tampa is in the building. All right. Talk black to me, y'all. Where y'all from? Florida is in the building. All right. I'm waiting on the video too. Said you waiting on the video. Shit. I'm waiting on it too. Somebody talk to Rich. Find out when that video is going to shoot. Because I'm waiting for that shit too. Michigan. Woo. Michigan in the building. Houston in the building. Buffalo. Rough Buff is in the building. Lawton. Oklahoma. Toronto. Canada. If they took a statue down in your city, give me a fire flame. If you in a city that they took a statue down, please send me a flame. London, man from UK. I'm feeling London right now. Yeah, I'm very proud of London. Jazz, Florida, Miami, Richmond. All right, West Phoenix is in the building. Salute to West Phoenix. Yeah, Miami's in the building. The land of flowers. Okay, Mississippi in the building. DC, DMV, Seattle. Whoo, they said it's lit. They throwing them flames up. LI is in the building. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The SIP is in the building. All right. The SIP is all in the building. The Mound Builders are here. Crown Heights is in the building. Talk black to me. All right. Indianapolis, Dallas, Texas, Clearwater, Largo, North Kakalaka. I'm going to be in North Carolina. I'm going to put the flyer up in a minute. Minnesota, Detroit, Merritt Island. Yeah, I know London, man, never running. Road, man. I'm out on the road. I seen y'all giving it to the white supremacists this weekend. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I-95, New Jersey, Minnesota, California, Annapolis, Maryland. Mystic Philly in the building. Yeah. Oh, they burning that up. So, shout out to Ross Ben. Go to Ross Ben's page. He has a new upload about the pandemic from the 1800s. The first pandemic, the yellow fever pandemic. He has a video. I think it might be like 30 minutes. Fire. All fire. Go to Ross Ben on YouTube. Just put Ross Ben in YouTube and you'll find it. And he went in. And he's going to be on the show very soon because we got to talk about his book. This is his book. Free Your Mind, and your mind will follow, right? That book right there gives you scientific data about what an energy grid is, what the ley lines are, and why these statues and other monuments have been strategically placed on said ley line and said energy grid, right? They're called surveyors, land surveyors. If anybody ever had a land surveyor job, or if anybody's known a land surveyor, you feel me? You understand. Yes, geomancy. You'll understand the significance of placing bronze and copper statues on the ley lines of people who they've conquered, people who they've murdered, people who they have as vassals, right? Which would definitely be like wards of the state, like people who they conquer, like our people, the people who speak some of their languages, right? Yeah. Jermaine saw it. He said it was lit, right? So yeah, keep putting them statues in the river, right? Keep putting them statues in the river. I salute everybody Is putting them statues in the river. Okay. There was a DDoS. What is that? Direct denial of service. Today, I was in the house around 1 o'clock trying to upload some fire to Instagram, right? Some flames. And Instagram wasn't refreshing. So I was like, damn, what is this? Right? And then God said that he's cleaning his weapons listening to this cloth talk. That's what I'm talking about. This is weapon cleaning podcast right here. This is the podcast that you clean your weapon to. You know what I'm talking about? Spread the word. You know, it works together. It hit differently when you're cleaning your weapon and you're listening to the cloth. It just hits differently. So bless up. You didn't chime in late. We just been on for 11 minutes, family. You're basically you're on cosmic time right now. You're good. So yeah. So what event is sold out? What event is sold out? Because the event that I'm talking about, it's not sold out. The event that I'm doing, it can't be sold out because it's an outdoor event and it's free. So it's not even for sale. We'll talk about that in a minute. The event that I got coming up. Matter of fact, let me throw the flyer up right now to show my family because I might forget about it. So for the family in the Carolinas, and that's the whole Carolinas, I don't care where you at, right? And I'm saying that because this is important. I'm going to be in Sanford County to kick off the Juneteenth. Sanford, North Carolina. I'm going to be in Lee County, as in Robert E. Lee, on Thursday, June 18th from 6 to 9 p.m., right? I will be doing a lecture. It'll be an outdoor lecture, so it's not going to be like a slide lecture. I'm basically coming out there to talk my talk and, you know, wake up that grid and basically share some information with a town and the people in the town who definitely need some information in these trying days and times. And what I want to have is brothers and sisters, my KT aliens who are familiar with me, right? Because I'm going into a territory where they might not be familiar with me. The brother who's bringing me out there, he told me that they real sleep in that town. They, you know, the sheriff been there for 55 years. It's one of those towns, right? Lee County. And there's a monument of Robert E. Lee that we want to come down. So I'll be out there. I'm going to be doing other things out there, like surveying some land, making some moves. But I'm definitely going to be there for that slot of time from 6 to 9, teaching the people, because wherever I go, I got to make sure that I do something, right? I got to make sure that I leave something behind. And then the very next day for my ATL family, ATLians, I will be in the ATL. I believe Blue Pill, 19 Keys, and the family, the shifters, they may be doing something we're doing something the whole weekend. So from the 19th leading up to the 23rd, on the 23rd, I will be at the Black House with Queen of Four and they having the Sacred Men's graduation, and I've been slotted to speak at that. All right. I will be a speaker. I'm not a keynote speaker, but I will be speaking at that event at what I believe is the Legacy House, the Black House. The brother Jay Morrison has a center in Atlanta. What is that? College Park. And I'll be in there with Queen of Four doing what it does. The 21st, which is the solstice, Father's Day, and a solar eclipse. Oh yeah, we're gonna be turning up. We will be in Atlanta. To be honest with you, I don't know if my album is coming out. on the 21st. It was supposed to, but it's a lot of shit going on right now. So I don't know if it's coming out. I'm going to just keep it 1,000 with you. I might give you niggas a mixtape. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, might give you a mixtape. Red Pill. I thought Dave Chappelle said the rat-tat-tat-tat was coming, and 24 hours later they killed Rashard Brooks. Speak on it, please. Yeah, we got to talk about that. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. That 21 likes, that's not official right there. You know, get them likes up, y'all. I don't even know what the likes are about, but apparently it means something. So let's get those likes up. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get those likes up. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Rashard, Mr. Brooks. We're gonna talk about Atlanta. You know, the city that T.I. said Wakanda. You know, we're gonna talk about Wakanda, where Killer Mike, with all of that family and the police department, the damn police is going crazy. And I haven't seen Killer Mike. I seen him on Selena Gomez on her Instagram talking to her fans and whatnot, but I ain't seen Killer Mike in those streets. And then I seen T.I. telling them niggas don't protest and don't loot the Gucci store because the price is gonna go up 25% if you loot them. And then the same night, them niggas went and burnt down the Wendy's. Like, fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm talking about? We burning shit down out here. Like, we're not sitting around playing games with the authorities. So Wakanda is on fire. I'm like, fuck it. Go to Stone Mountain and just set it off. Like, playing games and niggas is getting what they hands call. Because at the end of the day, it's still a pandemic. At the end of the day, yeah, it's still George Soros funded. Yeah, it's still the Democrats, you know, mad desperate. As you can see, they doing like Tariq Nasheed said, the black pander. The black pander. They're pandering to people's insecurities. They're pandering to the consumer mind state. They're pandering to the welfare state. They're pandering to fucking Democrats. They know who we are. They know who the fuck, they know who their constituency is. The same way that Trump knows how to pander to his base. He knows how to pander to red-blooded America. And them Democrats, because the Democrats are Hollywood, the Democrats are damn near every store. There was like Black Lives Matter. We're going to take a discount off for niggas if they pass the brown paper bag test. You know, if you come in with your Ancestry.com results, nigga, you could get a fucking, you know what I mean? You get unlimited credit. You know what I'm saying? You could get instant credit at Macy's with your fucking, with your goddamn Ancestry reports. If it shows that you're from Benin, nigga. If you're from West Africa, you could get a fucking bump. You know what I'm talking about? You could get a break. You know what I mean? You could get a credit line with fucking Home Depot and Uline if you could prove that you are an ADOS. So, peace, God. Seeing you when you touch down in Sanford. There you go. Where's the family at that's going to be in Sanford? Holla at me. Let me know where you at so we know. Because I'm going to have merchandise. I'm going to bring as much as I can because that's a whole nother story. You know, I'll bring what I can, but we'll have some stuff with us. You know what I'm talking about? And you just saw that video? That's a late that video was out like 3 weeks ago with the police slashing tires. Why do we have to wear makeup slogans and wear t-shirts to force people that don't give a damn about us to fake care? I never understood that, you know. All my clothes is disruptors. You see Whoopi? You see Whoopi Crowley? You see Alistair Whoopi? You know what I'm talking about? You see fucking Silly? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wear shit that makes people uncomfortable. That's the idea. You know, I wear this to troll all of these dumb conscious niggas. You know what I'm saying? and you know, continue the Illuminati rumors on me and my brother. I like to do shit like that because life could get boring. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, you know, sometimes you gotta poke the Poindexters, you know what I mean? And you know, and fuck with their anxiety and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they in a mama's basement bored and whatnot. They might have watched every video on Pornhub. So they need somebody to troll. And I'm him. You know, wearing a shirt that says I cannot breathe. If you have that on your son, ladies and brothers, please take it off that little nigga right now. You're disrespecting his future, right? Because that is an affirmation. That's a retarded ass backwards slogan. You know, the only slogan that I would take to a Black Lives Matter rally, I would write this. Let me show you. This is the only slogan that I would have. Because these niggas out here is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man. They are really cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. If I see another dumbass sign, I'm going to lose it. This is what I would probably write. Because the purpose of going to a rally is to fucking disrupt somebody. You're supposed to make people scared of you, nigga. This is what I would write. You see that? The shit says civilitaire mortus. Civilitaire mortus. And I will walk around with the sign that says civilitaire mortus. And what does that mean? That means dead in the eyes of the law. Dead in the eyes of the law. And I would run down on every single ally that I see. I won't bother black people because, to be honest with you, this is not your fight. You know, you're just trying to get a Becky. You're trying to, you know what I mean? You out there drinking Starbucks. You trying to get a photo op. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is trying to get their TikTok popping. Because, you know, if you go to the rallies, that get your followers up. You know what I'm saying? If you go live at a Black Lives Matter rally, you get your followings up. And I also I hipped you the other day that the Black Lives rally, that's the Becky hookup for the summer. I know niggas in New York, they said they whole summer's booked. They didn't go to, they was like, damn, right? They canceled Dance Africa, and now they not gonna have the International Arts Festival. And I heard the Afro Punk might be canceled, but they was like, guess what? I went to the Black Lives Matter rally last week. I got 8 Beckys lined up. You know what I'm talking about? They was like, I'm good for the summer. They was like, I got the gentrify. I got me a gentrified Becky. You know, some of them got cokehead Beckys. Some of them got pill popping Beckys. Some of them got trust fund Beckys. So they're like, you know what? We're good. We didn't make it to the festival to go and feast on the sisters, but we're gonna settle with the Beckys for the summer. That's what's going on at these rallies. Niggas is hooking up. Real talk. You know what I'm talking about? It's a LBGT hookup party, and it's a Becky mating call. Real talk. They out there choosing. I'm not getting chosen. I won't allow myself to be chosen. I'm just saying that's FYI. But they out there choosing. Let's be clear. They are out there motherfucking choosing. And we said it already on a few episodes. We even brought out some of the proof of the matter that the Black Lives Matter movement, for the black women who are like, oh, we're on the front line. Y'all are abandoning us. We out there marching for you. You know, I get it. But I don't know if y'all know what that whole organization is about. You know, y'all don't understand. Yeah, we get the George Soros aspect of it being funded by a wicked man, but we're talking about the underlying aspects of BLM, right? We're talking about the underlying aspects of the BLM, the worship of the BBC. You understand? It's a phallic based movement, right? It's wicked in its whole, and it's wicked in its conviction. The conviction is that dead black people, not the living, right? Not the living, civilitaire, mortus, double dead, black, and they dead. Literally. They can't talk back. They have these big rallies, and the people who they having rallies for can't even talk because they're dead, y'all. They can't even talk for themselves. You don't know what is on George Floyd's mind. Why? Did you ever see them play any of his videos at all of these protests and rallies? Because he got videos online. He has clips where he's addressing issues in black society that black people can relate to, not our allies or anybody else. He's speaking directly to quote unquote black issues, not the deepest of issues. He's just getting at the surface, like black people killing each other. He brought that up. Do you see them addressing that? Sandra Bland, right? And keep in mind, they cut Sandra Bland off. The BLM people turned their backs on her, right? They cut her off. Corinne Gaines. They didn't touch Corinne Gaines from Baltimore. Oh, somebody said you need this t-shirt. This is A.A. Rashid's design. This is an A.A. Rashid special. I have exclusive rights to carry the shirts. So if you have me on IG, if you're following me on IG, you could simply inbox me and I will provide to you the, let me just show you right now. I'll let you know the sizes that I got. I got Sabi Genesis, Alistair Whoopi, you know. Sandra Bland had a whole series of talks, right? Whoever saw her documentary on HBO, it showed that it spoke of that she had an online blog series. I believe it was on Facebook, right? She was dropping bombs. She was woke. She was waking up, right? She was part of the woke community, and she was having these revelations, and she was spreading love, right, in her posts. She wasn't dealing with no negativity. Her frequency was very high. I don't hear any of her videos. They talking about say her name. No, nigga, play her voice. Play her message. These organizations are not dealing with the living. Case in point, there's this big thing online that I'm not going to lie to y'all. A lot of things don't get to me, right? But I woke up this morning, you know, I rolled over, I kissed my baby, I kissed my wife, you know. And then a few minutes later, I went to Twitter, right, to get my daily dosage of trauma. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's really what it be. I get my daily doses of trauma. And I go down the timeline and I see hashtag R.I.P. sis. S-I-S. R.I.P. sis. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? I click on it, and it's black women saying, every time a black woman gets killed, all you black men do is say R.I.P. sis, and that's it. Right? I'm like, whoo, what's this about? So then I start going down and looking a little bit more because I'm seeing that the tweets are kind of triggered. You know what I mean? They're kind of they're kind of like fiery. So I knew that somebody must have got killed because these were triggered tweets. You know what I mean? You stay on Twitter long enough, you're able to pick up the mentality, the psychology, or the neurosis of Black Twitter, right? You understand that this is a reactionary. These motherfuckers are on defense all the time. They're not offense. They're not on offense. That's a different type of Twitter. Those people that are offense. It's not Black Twitter. Black Twitter is a reactionary base. They react towards like cattle prodding. You know what I mean? If they get bumped, if somebody pushes their buttons, if somebody triggers them, if somebody white, especially because they attach themselves primarily to white zaddy, there's this fetishment, there's a double fetishment taking place. It's not a one-way street where Europeans are just fetishing your fucking melanin. No, these motherfuckers are fetishing white flesh. They're fetishing white approval. They're fetishing a seat at the table. They're fetishing a slice of this rotten ass American apple pie. That's what they're fetishing. They want to be. They like, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So are you telling me that Black Lives Matter, when you really look at this shit, when it's all said and done, they're not trying to be a motherfucking accepted class of Romans? Are you serious? You trying to tell me that they're trying to be Carthaginians in Rome? Are they trying to be Hannibal in Rome? Because this is Rome, family. This is Rome. I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but this is considered to be Nova Roma. Paris was one of the most recent iterations of Rome, right? That was a Nova Roma, Paris, right? Modern day Paris. In America, by way of DC, by way of Cincinnati, the Seven Hills and everything, by way of the setup, the way that they set this country up, this is considered to be Nova Roma. New Rome. So all of that LBGT stuff, people say just the word LBGT, right, as an identity or as an identifier of a group of people who are have alternative, sex lives. And I'm not here to judge nobody, right? I'm not here to judge nobody. But what I'm bringing to light is they bring up all of these things: bestiality, corruption, the Congress, the Senate, the corruption in politics, the crime, the fact that the mercenaries can be found inside of the army, meaning that that they are killers for hire, right? Then you find sexual deviancy and things of that nature. And what I'm saying is, in so many ways, is that it almost lines up verbatim, point by point by point, with Rome. That when they describe Rome, because Rome fell many times and then it rose back up. So I am of the knowledge, not the belief. I am of the knowledge that we are currently experiencing modern day Rome, Sodom and Gomorrah, right here. And we, with every Supreme Court victory, it's becoming more Roman. You know what I'm talking about? So today, with the whole thing about the discrimination on the jobs, and then they couple that with the Civil Rights Act, right? So racists, right? Ed Buckingham, completely, I'm talking about shit-faced racists. And if anyone that's on the show tonight is a part of the community that considers themselves to be LBGT, and you are colored, because that's the new word of the day, niggas is a people of color, right? You're colored and shit. Press 1. This is keep it real this is the keep it real moment. Press 1 if you've experienced blatant racism in the LGBT community by the hierarchy of Romans who sit on top of it. White Zaddy sits on top of it and he sprinkles breadcrumbs. He sprinkles motherfucking crumbs down to these niggas. You know what I'm talking about? He sprinkles crumbs from his high, because the majority of Hollywood, right, who are of, you know, Yahudi origins, right, or Yahudi backgrounds, right? The Weinsteins of the world, the Harvey Weinsteins of the world, the you know, all of these power brokers in Hollywood, they're part of that lifestyle, and they sit on the top. There are very powerful people in Milan. There's very powerful people in the Vatican. There's very powerful people in the upper echelons of both Hollywood and American politics. And they're a part of that quote unquote lifestyle, right? Because you don't think that if you go to a highfalutin LBGT party in LA or in New York, you're not going to be in there with the cardinals and whatnot. You don't think that you're going to be rubbing shoulders with cardinals, with priests? And I'm not talking about killer priests. And I'm not talking about maxi priests. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about a Roman Catholic priest. That's who you're going to be in the party with. Take the blindfold off. You might see him. So nobody's going to pull the wool over my eyes and tell me that all that society or that community is not the same community that we've been researching and exposing over the years about, you know, all kind of heinous things like bloodletting, blood libel, baby eating, pedophilia. Let's see, dark web, you know, antics inside of those quote unquote encrypted rooms, all of that deep state stuff, you know, the transporting of little children, the sex trafficking of Haitian girls, you know, all of this stuff is part of a rat line. And unfortunately, and like I said, I'm not judging, and I'm not saying that you who may be of said lifestyle is doing that. What I'm saying is the community in which you belong to is notoriously known, right? There's hundreds and thousands of books out, you know, even with the censorship, even with them controlling media, even with them being able to, you know, stop certain information to come out. It's still out there. It's still a whole bunch of shit out there, right? So all I'm saying is, you know, is there a code of silence? Is there a quote unquote oath that y'all are taking? If there is somebody being protected? Because we need to know a lot more and we don't know enough, right? And there's some of us that are proactive that if we get the information that we need, you know, we can make some things happen. Because I'm only concerned with the fact that there may be babies being harmed and stuff like that. And we want to raise awareness. There may be some innocent young boys, you know, just trying to get a career and whatnot. And they may be in harm's way. There may be a young man who, you know, might be getting taken advantage of. There may be some brothers who are good brothers, right? And they might not know because of their sexual orientation. They may just be naive to the community or the world that they're entering into, right? Good sisters, right? Because like I said, I'm not here to judge. That's not my purpose, right? That it makes me no difference as to whatever you're doing, you know, in life. That doesn't make me or break me. I'm mostly saying that I'm trying to give you some game so you don't slip up and slide, you know what I'm saying, into the wrong situation, you know? So back to Black Lives Matter and the fact that they don't deal with people that are coming up missing, right? They don't deal with missing people. They don't deal with missing people. They like, that's not our struggle. So here it is. You have a black activist, right, who comes up missing, a Black Lives Matter activist in Tallahassee, a young a young queen, right? She's African. Okay? Let's hear her roar. Oluwatoyin Salu, right? And a lot of people call her Toyin, right? A lot of people call her Toyin. She was murdered, right? She was murdered. She went missing, okay? She went missing, right? And she was heinously murdered by a 49-year-old man, black man that is, right? And he took her life, right? And then the story was she was 19, right? She's 19. And she tweeted, right? She tweeted that she was sexually assaulted. She tweeted that a man molested her the morning that she went missing. She went missing January 6th, right? She went missing January 6th, and this is the 15th. So this is where I step in and say, nah, fuck that. What are you talking about? At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, and where's my thumbs up? Can I get some thumbs up? It's like 800 of y'all. Can y'all work with me? You know what I'm talking about? I need my dopamine. I need my dopamine. At the end of the day, Black Lives Matter is responsible because Black Lives Matter didn't respond immediately to save one of their own in a time of Me Too, in a time of war, because there's war going on outside. I'll just close this fucking window. Whoever's selling these niggas firecrackers all over ghetto USA, we gonna come and see y'all, because y'all are disrupting a lot of people's peace. These niggas out here letting off, you would think that it was the motherfucking, you would think it's the Boston Tea Party outside. They started this shit in March, fam. They started this shit in March. These niggas are letting off Roman candles and motherfucking Dracos at the same time, because where I'm at, they got the shit where the gunshots could get traced and whatnot. These niggas is letting off so much shots for what? I don't know. What the fuck are they celebrating? That they could come outside because they don't have to wear a fucking mask, a muzzle on their face? It's still a COVID warning. And these niggas is letting off fireworks like we out the clear. And there's rumors of war, and these nincompoops is out here letting off ammo. You don't shoot one fucking shot in the air, bro. You're gonna need every single shell. You don't know what the future holds. So I gotta sit back and listen to these retards make mad noise all fucking day. They start in the daytime. How you gonna shoot fireworks in the daytime? What do you get out of that? Are they fucking glow in the dark? What do they have? 3M fireworks now? Are they like reflectors and shit? What are you lighting them off in the daytime for? So anyway, Black Lives Matter, right? You're in Tallahassee. It's mad people protesting. They're lit, right? Why the fuck couldn't the head Black Lives Matter, right? Why the nigga with the blue vest or one of the three women that's sitting in Black Lives Matter mansion, wherever the fuck that is, on a Black Lives Matter yacht? Because they don't come out. They must be sitting in somebody's bunker somewhere. Why couldn't they put a tweet to say, why put search party? APB, because we behind enemy lines. You don't know if the Jake snatched her up. You don't know if the ops snatched her up. You don't know if a white supremacist. There's 5 black men that have been hung in a motherfucking week. You understand? And they said niggas is committing suicide. Let me share something with you. Niggas, if you want to commit suicide, hit me up. I'll talk you out of it. I'll talk you out of hanging yourself, that is. You know what I'm talking about? I will talk you out of hanging yourself and point you in a motherfucking direction where you could turn, where you could be, your name could ring longer than it will if you hung yourself. Because to make me believe that black men got it so fucking bad right now when the police is killing us and the whole nation is lit, that niggas is like, you know what? In the midst of all of this, I'ma just hang myself from a tree. I don't really think that nobody is gonna notice. Like, what? What? And then we still going on during the day saying, you know what? The police said that it was a suicide. We don't trust the police though. Nigga, where the fuck is Perry Mason at? Where is fuck Benjamin Crump? Where's you niggas investigate? You are pet detectives on everything else on the internet. Why is you niggas not sniffing out those scenes? Where's the live videos from these places so we could see what the hell is going on? They said they hung a brother in California and then another brother hung 50 miles away from him or 50 yards. I don't know. Nigga, what? What? Are you kidding me? And then I gotta wake up and go on Twitter and black men, they started a separation. And they conveniently did it on the same day of the LBGT Supreme Court shit. So of course, all of them are now, you know what? The Supreme Court is with us. That's the only person that cares about us. It's the nice fucking Clarence Thomas and them. Really? Really? So the feminists, the feminazis, and the LBGT whisperers is all in black women's ears. You don't need these niggas. They don't protect you. They don't like you. They hate you. Protect trans women. They don't even want to fucking are you serious? You gonna give us up to go rock with a nigga in high heels that's tucking his dick around you? Really? That's your educated fucking decision? All right. Well, you go ahead and do that. You do that. Yeah, them niggas got hands. I seen tranny fights on World Star. They knuckle up. But that ain't it, sis. Them niggas hate you. They call you a fish. How about that? How about that? How about they hate you so much, you know, that they're gonna protect you? Really? There's a conflict of interest, but you don't see it, right? But black men took the brunt of a lot of attacks today. This was a DDoS day, right? Direct denial of service. Black men were getting DDoS attacked, and then the fucking telecommunications shut down because we're not communicating effectively. We don't even need no phones if that's what it's gonna be. When the shit shut down, I was like, so be it, nigga. Twitter is full of toxicity right now because yes, we hurting because the sister got murdered, but we also hurting because a lot of us is getting murdered. Breonna got murdered. Floyd got murdered. Well, according to a lot of niggas are saying that he faked his death, but Ahmaud got murdered. Tamir Rice got murdered 100 years ago. To this day, they hung 3 black men. Let me show you, so you niggas don't think that I'm capping. You know what I'm talking about? To this very single day, they hung 3 men in the same place where niggas is protesting. So, I mean, you know, I'm not even gonna get into my negative bag. I'm just saying that as a black man, that shit was unsettling to me. That motherfuckers find time to finger point and start this goddamn division in the middle of a war. It don't make sense to me, y'all. It don't. Look, that's what I wrote. 5 black men found hanging, and y'all find time to divide and conquer, right? That's what y'all find time for? That's what we doing? 5 dead black men. 5. The shit that I was reading on Twitter that black women was saying about black men, it was heart-wrenching. It was heart-wrenching. And then nobody, oh, but what about black? We're not playing tit for tat. All I'm saying is in the middle of a war, right? Where the whole world is looking at us. And Home Depot is giving you free shit. We got slammed, bro. We got completely thrown under the bus for the whole world to see. They seen the dysfunction. They seen how much black women are really hating black men right now. And the whole world got to see how much black men hate black women for 30 years in hip hop. So I have to include that and not leave that out. That they've been witnessing black hate against black women for a very long time. You feel me? But this is what we got to aspire to. You know? We get blamed for shit like that. But that's the gay, that's the LBGT encouraging her. A real man would never put their women out there like that. That's pure coonery. That's trash.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Those police love to rape black women. Those police probably went into their dungeons after that and went extra hard on whatever black woman they got tied up in their dungeon. Them police probably made a call to whatever hick town that they was in, to whatever they plug is. Like, yeah, give me one of them little black baby girls that y'all got kidnapped. You know, I wanna take it out on one of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's effective now, huh? That's what we doing in this society where everything is there's no fucking rule. Nobody has to answer to anybody. It's just an open carry society. There's no rules. This is this shit is this is unruly. There's no rules. So in no rules, how could you even have a society when nobody can tell nobody nothing? You know what I'm saying? Everyone is a protected class, right? And then you got people like this.
Support protest. We are protesters. We are, for example, black folks lament all the time. We totally support protest. We are protesters. We got a lot to protest about. But when you riot, particularly in your own community, in the past I'm talking about, why is that something that we've lamented? Because when the fire stops burning and the damage has been done, and you've done it in your own community, where do you go from there? The Detroit riots, for example, in 1967, they still have never fully recovered from that, how they ravaged their own community at that particular moment in time. I only bring that up to say this. In this regard, and I only bring that up to say this. In this regard, when you're looking at the NBA, you're not talking about the players. You're talking about the collateral effect that it has on people the sport employs, on people in local economies who feed off of that. The fact is, just something like that, canceling the NBA season, it's not just going to affect the players. It's going to affect thousands upon thousands of people, millions if not billions of dollars for the economies. And that's going to have a ripple effect. You can't ignore that because that's going to affect us. Obviously, that's not about games. It's better not to riot. I'm not pro-riot, okay? Let me be very clear about that off the top. I'm not saying that. I just brought that up. Rioting in their own communities. Black people don't own those communities. They don't own those communities, and this culture has been rioting against black people for hundreds of years now. That wasn't my point. So it's just interesting, but they're not. The property they're destroying is not their own. Even in fact, I'm not. So that's why I said it's not like the idea that, well, this is counterproductive. It may be in certain ways. It is in certain ways. Not maybe. I don't want to. It is in certain ways, and it's it's better not to riot. However,
It's not in all the ways that's presented in the media.
You got a white boy schooling you to shit that you supposed to fucking know. That's what I'm saying. Like, these Negroes are retarded, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're dangerously retarded. These woke niggas and everything under them, dangerously fucking retarded right now. You know what I'm saying? None of them need to say a thing. And I'm not being all highfalutin and whatnot. Like, but goddamn it, bro. If you don't got nothing to say, shut the fuck up. Look at TMZ. Watch No Filter by TMZ, only on QB. Episodes designed for your phone, dropping daily. What the fuck does Meg Thee Stallion have to do with TMZ and whatever fucking app that they have? Why the hell is Meg Thee Stallion selling her ass for TMZ, right? Harvey's channel, who don't care about black people, who kicked the fake red pill off of their show, Van Lathan. So here we go. Today in Houston, birthplace of George Floyd, they found a black man hanging. Because they found a man hanging today in Houston, right? They found a black man hanging in Houston today, y'all, in the parking lot of a store. Right? The same place where George Floyd is from, Houston. They found a black man hanging today. But 100 years ago, to this day, June 15th, 5,000 people watched and they laughed as they tortured, hung, and lynched, right? 3 black men. Right? 3 of them. Because I always seen this picture, but only today did I see the dead black man on the goddamn ground. Shanetta used to put up these pictures in Harlem, right? In the book, there was a book called Without Sanctuary. The whole book is basically what they call, what is that? Tourism cards, right? The whole shit was tourism cards, right? That's the book, Without Sanctuary. Those are postcards. So Europeans would send postcards to each other in Europe because these are the new immigrants in the country, right? These are the new immigrants that you see right here. These are the new immigrants, the ones who came into Ellis Island and they told them explicitly that those niggas ain't shit in America. Even though those same niggas who ain't shit in America are primarily responsible for the goddamn stoplight, the radiator, the motherfucking hot cone, and a whole bunch of other shit. Maybe more than 100 plus inventions in the 1800s when these same Europeans were coming over here, right? The only thing that they were selling was lice. These niggas had Lysol. They put lice in a can and was calling it Lysol, nigga. The only thing that they had to sell was the only thing that they were picking were their boogers. They wasn't making no money. They were in squalor, fam. You know what I'm talking about? They were living in wild squalor around the same time that these so-called motherfucking slaves were outside in this bitch inventing things. Don't even let me bring up George Washington Carver and the shit that he was doing. The boiler, the broom and the dustpan, right? The stoplight. So all of these Europeans that were coming out of Europe, they were coming into America These motherfuckers knew who the fuck we was, because even in Europe, those goddamn toilets that those stink motherfuckers was sitting on, who you think gave them that? Those baths that they was taking, who you think rolled in with that idea? Who you think came up with that? Who do you think? The only thing they were bringing was syphilis. And I don't mean to sound facetious, but look it up. These black men that were being lynched were landowners. These black men that were being lynched, these were actual millionaires of their time. These were successful businessmen, right? They were encountered by hostile mobs of hungry, jealous, envious peckerwoods, right? Who probably had a Karen on their arm. Lord forbid they had a Becky around, and she probably was choosing. You know what I'm talking about? They had to come out with all of these laws to stop the Beckys from choosing, yo. They had to come out with the movie Birth of a Nation to dissuade the Beckys from choosing. Because that's what they do. And they get niggas in trouble every single time. So, like I said, and this is no offense to anybody listening to this right now who might find themselves in a relationship where they're with another nationality. But for the ones who are not in that relationship, they're not on that vibe, they're not on that wave right now. Like I said, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just giving you the news and I'm giving you my thoughts. I feel like because of what we see going on, we need to have a moratorium on the swirling, and we need to have a little moratorium on all of this outside shit, because we need about 5 years to get us back together, yo. I'm dead ass. We need about 5 years to get us back together, man. It ain't gonna happen overnight. It ain't gonna happen with a fucking march. And damn sure it's not gonna happen chilling with Karens and Beckys and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Singing Negro spirituals. That's not it, yo. That's not it. Somebody said to leave right now. Shout out to Rich in the building. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, shit. If you could get out, nigga, act like you going to the store and just keep it moving. We'll set up a GoFundMe for you, and we'll get your Jordan collection back. Just go to the store, say, yo, be like Laura, Gwendolyn. I'm gonna go out right quick, give me a pack of squares. I'll be right back. Take her car, just keep it fucking going, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Go get you an Airbnb and slide in one of these sisters' DMs and see if she'll take you back. But we need to put a halt on a lot of that shit right now, and we need to build a fort and get us back, bro. Why not? Why not? Yeah, you seen the book Dirt? You seen the book Dirt? If you read the book Dirt, you would understand, right, what it is that I'm talking about. Because in the book Dirt, they were describing the sanitary conditions of Europe prior to the 1900s. And what they were saying in this book called Dirt is that there was some kind of culture that existed all the way to the highest ranks of European aristocracy, where they deemed taking a bath as something that was not even secondary. They were like, that shit is not needed. That wasn't a priority. They didn't rank that on a list of things to do. On their motherfucking goal list of the day, on their task list, on their Monday.com, my nigga, they did not have wash your motherfucking underarms. They did not even have brush your jibs. You know what I'm talking about? That was not a priority. Right? London Bridge is falling down from filth. there was a situation. There's a movie called Parfume, Parfume, Parfume. They giving it up in Parfume too, right? Parfume is crazy. The movie is crazy, but they're telling you about the filth. They're telling you about the stench. There was a stench, they said, in Europe where you can smell the European miles before he arrived, right? So there were stories about Indians, right, or Aboriginal people being kidnapped and being taken into Europe. And the minute they get off the boat and catch a whiff of what's going on, they die right there, right? They couldn't even take the smell. They die right there on the spot. So the descendants of these same people are who you see in this picture. They settled in to a lot of the places that Andrew Jackson removed the Indians from. The Indian Removal Act cleared a lot of space. The Homestead Act cleared a lot of space. There was a lot of quote unquote indigenous land that they gave to these $5 Indians who they're currently terrorizing the same way that they're terrorizing civilitaire mortus, because the Indians are considered civilitaire mortus, dead in the eyes of the laws, especially on them damn reservations. And, you know, I mean, the European knows that the $5 Indians are not the real Indians, so they treat them any kind of way, you know? So how is it that 100 years ago they were hanging black men, and today, 100 years later, they still hanging black men? And only this time, they telling black people that these are suicides. They probably said that was a suicide too that you see right here. They was like, you know what? These niggas got upset and just hung themselves, and we're standing around there trying to give them resuscitation. They probably lied to black folk who was so damn naive and scary and said, yeah, them niggas hung themselves. Because I don't hear about no uprising. They talk about the black deacons and all of that. Who was clapping back? I want to know. They had a black defense league that started in 1919, but nigga, Black Wall Street happened, and I don't hear about nobody giving out no smoke. I don't hear about no get back. I don't hear about nothing happening as a result of that in other states. So goddamn it, I thought we was our brother's keeper. So this is something that I refuse to allow anybody of European descent who is attempting to quote unquote reason with me or act like they understand. No, I don't see pictures of your people like this anywhere. It can't be found. They will not allow. This is a fucking a coffee table book. Without Sanctuary is a coffee table book. Go and look it up. They got it on people's coffee table, right? I don't see pictures of white folk like that on nobody's coffee table. So I don't know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So this is the sister right here. And this is to show that there was a lot of unprovoked attacks against black men in America, because I don't know if the man who killed her was an American, but here she says, to me in March involving Ivan, a 32-year-old Ghanaian man who currently schools at FAMU and lives at 2211 Jakes in Patterson. I am currently 19 years old, who tried to force me to give him oral sex and then continue to harass me through text and knocking at my door for days, right? So that goes back to community policing. That goes back to what we've been saying, that our community needs community policing. Look at your girl.
Be rendered accountable. Certainly they should. But I think that we can come up with why these individuals do what they do. Now, I'm not saying the individuals shouldn't be rendered accountable. Certainly they should. But I think that we can come up with
better ideas than simply locking people away to render them accountable. As a matter of fact, jails and prisons are probably a lot easier to endure for a police officer who's engaged in such horrendous acts of violence than a process of beginning to understand the nature of what they've done. A process of education, a process of giving back to the community. That's why these individuals do what they do. So, now, I'm not saying the individuals shouldn't be rendered accountable.
So either Angela Davis got fucking cloned, or she done lost a lot of her marbles because she sat back and watched her whole fucking clique get bodied by the police. Allegedly, right? She sat back and she seen her whole movement get completely wiped out by J. Edgar Hoover. Right? She sat back and watched Sada Shakur have to escape and run away. Right? And then she got a mitigated gall to act like she's just finding out about some fucking police brutality. Are you serious? She doesn't have anything to say worthwhile, but the shit that she just said, bro, this Angela Davis. Niggas got, she's like an icon for the movement. Oh, but she's gay. Oh, she's LBGT. Oh, she's a feminist now. Oh, I get it. Okay. That's that. She's playing dumb. Let's listen to Darren Seals when we talk about Black Lives Matter.
All these motherfuckers, man, they making millions of dollars. They ain't talking about no little chump change. They ain't talking about
rest in peace.
Black Lives Matter campaign zero. All these motherfuckers, man, they making millions of dollars. They ain't talking about no little chump change. They ain't talking about no petty money. It was petty shit. I still call them out, but it wouldn't be a big deal. Like these motherfuckers is eating cars, houses. You know what I mean? They driving around in nice vehicles. All off the fact Mike Brown died. And it's the long-term effects of it. If they willing to keep selling our kids out every time they die for a little money, what's gonna stop these white folks, these cops? You know, what's gonna stop these people from killing these babies? What's gonna stop them? Black Lives Matter campaign zero. All these motherfuckers, man, they making millions of dollars. They ain't talking about no little chump change. They ain't talking about no petty money. It was petty shit. I still call them out, but it wouldn't be a big deal. Like these motherfuckers is eating cars, houses. You know what I mean? They driving around in nice vehicles. All off the fact Mike Brown died. And it's the long-term effects of it. If they willing to keep selling our kids out every time they die for a little money, what's gonna stop these white folks, these cops? You know, what's gonna stop these people from killing these babies? What's gonna stop them? Black Lives Matter campaign zero. All these
you feel me?
Man.
For those that don't know, that young man right there was torched and shot, and his car was set on fire. He was killed. He was shot 5 times. He's one out of about 6 of the St. Louis Ferguson protesters who have gotten killed. Now he smacked the shit out of what's his name, D. Ray McKinnison with the blue vest with the broken wrist, Mr. Bussy. Yeah, he smacked him. He smacked him for being an agent, right? They were out there and they disrupted. Remember, Black Lives Matter got their jump off of Mike Brown's, off of his cadaver, off of his corpse. Why? Because George Soros bought 48 hours of media block. Do you know that you could purchase media blocks? He bought a 48-hour media block the day that Mike Brown was murdered. And by him buying that media block, you saw Mike Brown on your TV for about 48 hours. The rest of the quote unquote mainstream media picks it up. Then you see him for 72 hours. Then you see him for 3 months. Then you see him for 3 years. That's how it works. Okay. And they inserted their own quote unquote, you know how they say industry plants? Like they got people in the industry like Tekashi that people are considering a plant because of who's behind him. His label head is Elliot Grange. Elliot Grange is the son of Lucian Grange. Lucian is almost like the nigga on Empire, Lucy, or whatever Terrence Howard's character is. The white version, the Jewish version of that is Lucian Grange. He's a real life entity, a real life being. He's the third most powerful person in the music industry. And his son, his little son, Elliot, has a label, right? Called Tin Oak. And he has two artists on that label. Guess who those two artists are? Tekashi 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd. Okay? These are industry plants. You damn sure know that Trippie Redd is an industry plant. That nigga looks like somebody off of Netflix, one of these cartoons that my daughter Bella be watching. He looks crazy. He like a fucking Chucky doll. And he's not talented. Don't at me. That nigga, and then he's everywhere. All of a sudden. I'm like, this nigga's a plant. He a wide-eyed raccoon. Trippie Redd. He got the nerve to be tatting up his face. Little nigga. You need a facelift. How about that? And this Tekashi dude, I don't even want to talk about him. Because he's so out of pocket. The shit that he doing, he out here stealing niggas' slides and whatnot. He went ahead and tried to act like he was blowing something up about the lady that worked at Rockefeller. This the police. Nigga, that's Choke No Joke Body. What are you talking about? That's his work. Fuck is you saying? Did you give him any credit, you little weird nigga, you? And then Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. I don't even want to talk about it. Jesse Jackson's Rainbow Coalition got hijacked by the LBGT community. I mean, shit. I think the Rainbow Coalition is LBGT, if you ask me. Messy Jesse and them had to pass over the ranks to somebody, right? Who are they passing over the ranks to? They have a whole new crop of Messy Jessies that are out there. Have you seen them? Look at these niggas. They getting old. These niggas getting old. You know what I'm talking about? They getting old, my guy. So somebody got to replace them. And they found a new crop. They got a whole new slew of niggas. They got Charlemagne. They got homie with the vest, D-Ray. They got the three sisters from BLM. They got Van Lathan and Van Jones. The motherfucking the Vans, nigga. They got the whole Vans out. You know what I'm talking about? Van Lathan, Van Jones. They got Talcum X, Sean King. They got Gail and Okra. These niggas got a lineup. These niggas got a lineup, my guy. You know what I'm talking about? You said Terry Crews? Terry Crews running with them. Yeah, Talcum X. I just had a story on Talcum X the day before George Floyd got killed. They did a story where they blew him up and they buried that shit. That just goes to show you. They buried it. Somebody, Black Lives Matter exposed Talcum X, right? Black Lives Matter exposed Talcum X. And then, right? The next day, George Floyd gets killed. Talcum X hops on it. And now Black Lives Matter fell back. They not even saying nothing about him. Killer Mike, Diddy, Okra, Somebody said D.L. Hewley, Marshmallow Mathers. That's his name. That's Sean. I had a name for the the Van Brothers. I came up with a name. I'm trying to remember it. What's the name of the nigga who played basketball? I think his name had Van too. Nigga said Shaq, T.I., Killer Mike, Candace Owens. It's a whole new Black Caucus, y'all. It's a whole new Black Caucus of civil. Oh, Nick Van Exel. Nick Van Exel. These niggas is vanned out, right? Van Winkle, Rip Van Winkle is my nigga. Van Head, there you go. These niggas is Van Halen. Halen, nigga. They Van Halen. You stupid. Yeah. Van Halen. All this Don Lemonade. You know what I'm saying? Don Lemonade. These niggas got a whole starting five. They could start a league with Ice Cube. Ice Cube is not down. Let's be clear. Happy birthday, Ice Cube. I will accept no slander on O'Shea Jackson's name. On O'Shea Jackson's name, there's no slander. He's not one of them. Okay? I got Nick Cannon, my guy, you know. He's definitely down with the he's running that woke. He's in the woke circles. Van Helsing. There you go. Van Helsing. Yeah, these niggas is Van Helsing. Remember who saw Van Helsing, the movie, the first one, where the shit was done so bad they had the microphone, they had the boom mic in the fucking movie. Who saw that? I saw that in the movie theater. It was done horribly. And then they did a redone. They recut it to where they cleaned it up. Van fucking Halen. You niggas running around crying against white folk. These niggas is pitiful, bro. Oh, Gabrielle Union. Oh, pause. And Flash. Pause. That nigga. Yeah, all of these woke jokesters, man. You know what I'm talking about? And then we don't have brothers like Darren Seals with us anymore, right? And the real frontliners are not with us anymore, right? The real frontliners are not with us anymore, okay? And there's a problem with that. They don't invoke his name. They don't say his name, say his name, say his name. They don't say nobody's name. So my message to the Black Lives Matter is, why don't y'all even deal with women that got kidnapped? Like the sister in Tallahassee. You actually probably could have saved her life, because if there was an APB and you had and after the quote unquote protest, you know, people put some time and energy in finding one of their own, right? Then we don't know what could have happened, because you don't know what people will do when they see the quote unquote the heat is on and somebody is looking for someone who they might have tied up in a room or something. They're gonna think twice about killing those people. They might drop them off somewhere. But that was a sad case. But Black Lives Matter. I'm not going to no marches, right, around no living white people who calling themselves my allies, and we marching about a dead black brother or sister, and we not getting no motherfucking dead presidents up out of them right there. Like, no waiting. Wait for who? Wait for what? Nigga, we living in a COVID crisis. Give me sock it to my pocket right now. And I'm asking all of the allies, what's the definition of civiliter mortuus? Because I'm running up on them. Are any of you doctors? Are any of you lawyers? Do any of you know the Constitution? You got to put them on the spot. How dare we let them march around us? You're not questioning them about anything. You're not getting nothing out of them but a hug and some feel-goodisms and a photo op. What the fuck is going on right now? What you should be asking them is, why the fuck have y'all been lying to us all of your lives? Why? You know? Where are the budgets? Because that's all we need is a budget. We don't need nothing else from no one. If you call yourself an ally, come up with a budget, my nigga. What can you and your friends summon up? Give me a budget and give me a key into one of these fucking rooms that you niggas is hiding shit in, where you holding all of the goods and the resources. That's all we need. Give me a key. I'll go and get it. And give me a budget, because you got it. Right? You got it. I know the specifics of crowdfunding. I know about equity crowdfunding. You understand? I know that we could raise $50 million like this. All right. I know the numbers game. Okay. Because I study the numbers. I study the formulas. I understand how simply easy it is for a 1 minute millionaire to arrive. Right. Especially with Cash App and technology the way it is. I know how painless it is to raise $10 million just like that when there's a march of 10,000 people, 20,000 people, 30,000 people. Look at these numbers, y'all. Y'all, this shit is crazy. Look at these numbers. These niggas are being hoodwinked and don't even fucking see it. We're going to go back to that clip. This is a YouTube video.
Sunset, and now Fairfax. So
This Hollywood.
La Brea, Sunset, and now Fairfax. So anywhere between the Hollywood and West Hollywood area, you're going to want to use some of the alternate streets.
They said that's 30,000.
Stick
right?
Instead of taking Hollywood Boulevard, you could take.
They said that's 30,000.
You could take.
That's a YouTube video.
Sunset's not going to be a good option because what I'm showing you now is Sunset Boulevard, and you can see that the protesters.
That's what videos look like in real time. That's how many people will watch your YouTube video. That's what it looked like. Sock it to my pocket.
Fairfax, south of Sunset Boulevard.
Oh no, that's like 100. God damn. Oh shit. You understand? All of those people, and who is raising? No, that's more than 30,000. I take that back. God damn, that's about 100 racks, right? Who?
Boulevard, La Brea, Sunset.
Look at all of the potential right here.
So anywhere between the Hollywood and West Hollywood area, you're going to want to use some of the alternate streets. You could stick, instead of taking Hollywood Boulevard, you could take Franklin. You could take Santa Monica. Sunset's not going to be a good option because what I'm showing you now is Sunset Boulevard, and you can see that the protesters are making their way through here. And they did make that turn on at Fairfax, so we'll show you that next. So that's going to be another street that you're going to want to avoid. You're going to want to avoid Fairfax, south of Sunset Boulevard.
Exactly. Ain't nobody catching a corona, huh? That's the corona rising. Right. So I'm just showing you, these are the numbers. There have been hundreds of these rallies in the past 2 weeks, right? Black people don't own anything more than they own before those goddamn marches. They might own a pair of New Balance now. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas might own a pair of Vans. So when they go and see Van Helsing and these niggas, they'll have on their Vans. But look at all of that potential loss, right? Look at all of that potential loss. Look at all of that potential right out the window because you let them go. You know what I'm talking about? You got them amongst you, but you let them go because none of those marches are organized to help anybody. You know what I'm talking about? None of those marches are organized to uplift any black people. If you niggas is marching in San Francisco and these white people ain't building apps for you, if you niggas is marching in California and they're not marching your ass into one of those fucking factories or into a studio to shoot a movie, my nigga, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? When is the concessions gonna come? That's all I want to know. When are you gonna demand something? Fuck asking for something. When are you gonna demand something? These little peanuts that these corporations are throwing, oh, we're donating. Nike is like, we're donating all of this. They're sending all of that money to Black Lives Matter. And guess where it's going? Let me show you. You're being hoodwinked. You getting finessed because this whole everything, remember, it's politics, politics. This all finesse game. It been finessing. I'm talking about it been a finesse. Here you go. When you go on the website of Black Lives Matter, you will see that Black Lives Matter has paired up with a group called Act Blue. Okay? Act Blue. Right? The company to look up for my researchers, those who do their due diligence, and you're not just listening, you know what I mean? You're not just skimming through this shit. You're actually engaged and you're furthering the research so you can have a narrative and you could go and body them on a water cooler, leave them right on the motherfucker. Matter of fact, leave them slumped on a water cooler, and when they fall down, just keep the, you know how you could put the water cooler on automatic when you click it, just let that shit wash them up. You might drown them in water. You know what I mean? Body them at the water cooler with this information. Shut them up. You know what I'm talking about? Slow them down. All of that fake shit that they running around talking like these are some Juneteenth free slaves or something. If you don't have a fucking seat, my nigga, look at this. Act Blue's largest top vendors and recipients. 2020 election cycle. Bernie. He got 186 million. Where the fuck is Bernie at? Weekend at Bernie's. Where is he's wild silent. Biden for president. Creepy Joe. 119 million. Warren. Just an exploratory committee. 93 milli. Pete for America. 78 million. Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. 55 millis. Right? The Dem Party leadership destroyed Libya and turned it into a slave market, the most prosperous country in Africa. That's how much Black Lives matter to them. That's them pandering. Okay? So it's a farce, yo. It's a farce. Look at this. This is the police. This is what we going up against inside of Killer Mike's and T.I.'s Atlanta, aka Wakanda. This is the shit that's going on in Wakanda. Let me play the video for you, just to show you what we up against in Wakanda with these coons.
You all right? I'm okay.
All right, good. All right, we gonna take care of you, bro.
Black man.
I'm just glad you all right. That's
White
my
cop.
concern. Yeah, we're good. All right, good. You talk to your wife. You talk to your family about it.
No, I hadn't called anybody other than the ID deal.
Okay. All right. Hopefully we'll get this cleared up. Anything you need from me?
Any update on Mr. Brooks?
I ain't checked yet. So.
Okay.
Nah, I ain't check yet.
All right. But you good.
That's the white shirt. That's his superior.
You all right?
I'm okay.
You all right?
I'm okay.
All right, good. All right.
Listen to what he said when he asked him about the brother who got shot.
You all right? That's my biggest concern.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, good. You talk to your wife. You talk to your family about it.
No, I hadn't called anybody other than the ID deal.
Okay. All right. Hopefully we'll get this cleared up. Anything you need from me?
Any update on Mr. Brooks?
I ain't checked yet. So.
Okay.
We'll get that squared away. All right.
All right.
But you good.
I ain't check yet. We'll get that squared away. Sounding like a old Uncle Tom ass, Jeffin ass nigga. And now look at this Negro.
What do you think about what's going on right now with this cop on Big George stepping on his neck and all that?
I think when we see situations, I think we also have to understand that we have to get very specific. We have to get so specific, and what I mean by that, we have to stop viewing it with such a broad view. Meaning, we have to stop placing the blame on the whole force and the whole everybody of such a certain race or everybody with a bad. We have to get into who that person is, and if we want to place the blame on anybody, it should be ourselves for not doing more than what we think we're doing. We're leaving it at the reason why people always ask me, like, why you don't say this, why you don't do that, is because what else am I going to do after that? Some people put a tweet out and they think they did something. And some people wear a shirt, they think they did something. What you going to do after that? Did you actually help the person? Did you actually help the family? Did you actually go out there and do something? So if I ain't about to do all that, I ain't about to do nothing. I pray for you.
You say the follow through is more important than wearing the shirt or talking about it. It's actually
learning about it. What we need to do is we need to learn about it more. If we want to scream about something, know what we're screaming about. If we want to protest about something, know what we're protesting about. Because if we want to get into it, there's a bunch of facts that we think we know that we don't know. So if we want to get into it first, know what we're talking about before we talk about it.
What do you think about what's going on right now with this cop?
This nigga like a whole gremlin. He like a whole roach right now. Burnt the hell out. And to be honest with you, his opinion means nothing. You know? His opinion means nothing. Rest in peace. You know what I mean? Very tragic, very beautiful sister, very powerful spirit, and I will put her on my altar and I will invoke her name, But look at this shit. This is what it's come to, y'all. In front of police. That's the pride. And that's all, folks. Oh, man. That's what we got to deal with, y'all. That's what we got to deal with. I just want to show you this real quick for the people who don't think that you could resist the police and that's an automatic death sentence. Look at Jerry. Jerry kicked their ass.
Jerry, you're gonna get in trouble. Jerry, they're gonna hurt you.
Jerry. Jerry hijacked the car, beat him with a baton.
Jerry, don't do it. Jerry, don't do it.
Attempted murder. No shots fired. Nothing. Right? So this is what they doing when niggas ain't around. They just doing goofy shit, getting beat up by Jerry. I think that was Jerry from Ben and Jerry's. Jerry done mooned all of us. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get away from the Pope. You know. And he beat him with their own baton. He didn't get tasered. He did. Their one shot went off. You didn't hear the police screaming. Nothing. Nothing. So for Negroes, groveling Negroes, subservient, slave-minded niggas who only saw interactions between black and white people from slave movies or slave porn. That is the foundation of what would Fiddler do? You know what I mean? You know, what would fucking Kunta do? You don't have the mentality to even see, you know, you've never seen a black man buck. You've never seen a black man go against the pigs. You've never seen a black man say no. All you've seen was The Help, The Butler, Roots reboot. You saw every fucking Tyler Perry movie, the Wayans brothers. You saw White Girls. You saw all of the coonery and the buffoonery to basically wire your brain and your mind. You was in the Christian church. You was in Sunday school. You heard about the curse of Ham. You were told that you were inferior. You bought into the motherfucking lies that they fed us in elementary school, going all the way up from K to 12 about us not contributing near thing to society. You had no idea about the black inventors, none whatsoever. You had no idea about black Republicans, none whatsoever. You heard nothing of Black Wall Street. You know nothing. You think Black Wall Street is a nigga from LA, The Game. Remember The Game? He had Black Wall Street. That's who you think Black Wall Street is. You think it's a fucking album. You think it's a label and whatnot. You didn't know nothing about Kemet. You know nothing of the Moors. You know nothing of anything. Only what the fuck you learned from you know, the processed, you know, school lunch. The education is the equivalent of that. You know what I'm talking about? The education and the education system is as nutritious as that motherfucking hard ass pizza that they used to give us in school lunch, or that hot ass fucking chocolate milk that I found out is radiated and it might not even be milk. So these TV shows, the ones that Norman Lear was writing. Norman Lear is the small hat TV executive who is accredited to creating what is known as the sitcom, situation comedy, right? The situation comedy gave you All in the Family. The situation comedy gave you Good Times. The situation comedy gave you Moving On Up, right? That's the situation comedy. It's called a sitcom. And Norman Lear is one of the fathers of that. Okay? Norman Lear. He created the sitcom. And the sitcom was, you know, even when you listen to Florida, like Flo. Mama, remember Estelle James? That's her name, Flo. The mother and John Amos, right? They both said, and Michael from Good Times, and I believe Walona, even Walona, they were like, look, Archie Bunker, yeah, Archie Bunker and all of that. They were like, look, that show was highly exploitive. They did not accept their writing. You know, they wanted to write for the show. They would not allow them to be a part of the writing process. Esther Rolle, right? And she spoke about that in hindsight. And you know, she was very, you know, she was very disenchanted when she was speaking about this man and the history of Good Times and whatnot. She did not seem like she was elated. She did not seem like she was proud of her contribution to network television. She was basically like, yo, we got played. And they painted a picture of black ghetto life that was somewhat misleading. You know, unless you're living in those days and times, some of the quote unquote points of reference that you have is by watching Good Times. Unless you were living through Good Times and you know that that's a crock of shit, but most of us were not living in those times. So our point of reference is syndication television. That's how we are tapping into how our people were talking, walking, and carrying themselves. Let me just say this right now. Niggas was not acting like Fred Sanford back in the days. That was not our situation. And, you know, it's hard to tell how the people were acting because all we have to rely upon is the sitcoms. Case in point, somebody 20 years from now might watch The Cosby Show. If they want to get an idea of what the 90s were like for black people, they might watch The Cosby Show, and they might watch Hidden Worlds, and they might watch Living Single, and they might watch Living Color. And I'm here to let you know, nigga, that was not how the fuck we was living. We wasn't doing none of that shit. You know what I'm talking about? We wasn't living like Huxtables like that. You know, we wasn't living like Huxtables. We wasn't living like Fire Marshal Bill. We wasn't dancing with fucking Jennifer Lopez on Living Color. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have the fly girls around our way dancing for us. That was some Hollywood shit. We wasn't doing the shit that Martin and them was doing. We were laughing into all of that. That was entertainment. But that wasn't, if you were to try to figure out what the 90s was like, don't watch syndicated talk shows or syndicated sitcoms and think that you could get an idea about what the fuck life was like. Yeah, different world. A different world. Yeah, it was the crack era. That's what it was. Thank you, Elisa. It was the motherfucking crack era where children were being traumatized. It was the crack era where mothers were being taken advantage of for pieces of rock, and children had to witness that. There was all kind of atrocities. Fucking Urkel wasn't in my hood like that and trying to bone Laura. In my hood, Urkel was buying Laura. How about that? That nigga was purchasing Laura. I don't know whose life they were trying to depict in those sitcoms, but it wasn't an honest depiction about the struggles that we were facing. Even shows like The Wire, even though The Wire gave you some insight to Baltimore during the dope era, I was told by Baltimore residents that The Wire is not as accurate as it appears. They even scaled back and kept a lot of the shit out. Yeah, Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. It's interesting because, and when I have a conversation with Ice Cube, I'm going to talk to him about this, right? with Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. Remember, Boys in the Hood came first, right? Boys in the Hood comes first. Boys in the Hood, in my humble opinion, is more of an honest depiction. With Doughboy, with Ricky, with Ice Cube, who was Doughboy, with Trey, who was Cuba Gooding. That, in a sense, is an honest depiction, right? It's not everything that was going on, of course, but it had a realism to it, right? But my question would be, did the movie create modern LA through influence, right? Did the movie lay the groundwork for gangbanging to be accepted by the masses? Did it lay the groundwork for a lot of people selling crack? Did it lay a lot of groundwork? Because directly after Boys in the Hood was Menace to Society. And if anybody watched NWA Decoded, I did that with Black Dot and KT the Arts Degree in 2017, right? That's when the movie came out, NWA. In 2017, I did a Decoded for NWA. And we went in and I showed frame by frame by frame by frame how Menace to Society was one of the worst movies programming wise. I'm talking about program wise. I'm talking about the way that that movie was made. It opened up with Samuel Jackson. Well, it opened up with the whole thing with Old Dog in the store with the bottle, right? With the I feel sorry for your mother. Then there was the scene with a young boy, right, witnesses his father kill a man at the dice game, right? At the card game. Remember, young Kane was able to witness. Yeah, the Hughes brothers wrote that, right? The ones that Tupac had beat up on. Let's not even talk about Colors. Colors was propaganda. Colors come before Boys in the Hood, right? And Colors is almost like a gang commercial. It does more for recruitment. You don't see niggas saying, yo, I'm gonna drop my flag after they saw Colors. Yeah, I can't do with the Colors. Yeah, Colors come before Colors. When you go back and watch Colors, you know what I mean? What was the dude's name? Rocket. When you go back and watch Colors, you see how badly put together that movie is, right? That is a horrible movie. And when you compare it to Menace to Society, see, Menace to Society is cinematically, it is a cinematic feat. It's a cinematic jewel. The way that they shot it, the angles, the pace, it's a perfect movie, yo. Right? In terms of what they call urban movies, it's a perfect fucking movie. Right? Who would say that it's better than Boys in the Hood? I'm on the fence about that because, like I said, I'm about writing. I love writing. Writing is big to me. The writing on Boys in the Hood is better than the writing on Menace to Society. Menace to Society was cool, right? Yeah, New Jack City. We'll talk about New Jack City, but New Jack City is another movie that was highly detrimental, and New Jack City is not a correct depiction of life on the ground in New York City. It's not. It was not. It did a little bit, but it was real. It was more Hollywood. New Jersey Drive is a more honest depiction, I would say. New Jersey Drive is Newark. That's Jersey with the car stealing. I say the New Jersey Drive, and then New Jersey Drive, you know what I mean? We would have to ask somebody from New Jersey, did niggas start stealing more cars after that movie came out, right? Because New Jersey at one point was the car stealing capital. So more people started selling crack after Menace to Society came out. When I was in my hood, I'm in New York. After they saw Menace, niggas was ready to start banging. Real talk. Niggas was like, I want to bang. Paid in Full is later. Paid in Full is Paid in Full might be one of the most honest depictions of. It comes close. It comes close. Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt is traumatizing. I don't think if you watch that movie and you were smoking some Reggie weed, nigga, traumatized. South Central, traumatizing. These are the bottom of the barrel type of movies. Tales from the Crypt, I promise you, if you play that movie backwards or some shit, whatever the fuck, you know how they say that they be inserting demonic messages in a movie? Nigga, that's Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt probably programmed more niggas to kill each other than some of those other movies. And Tales from the Dark Side. Those were bad movies. When you look at it with a third eye, you will see the programming. Those were horrible movies. You know what I'm saying? Panther and Dead President. Now, Dead President, another one. Another one. Very, very well written. Very well acted. A great time. It's a timepiece. Keep in mind, we're talking all about timepieces. And all I'm doing is weighing out if the timepiece came out and then it caused people to live out what the movie was showing, then we have to highlight that. Or if the movie came out and it was talking about some shit that already happened, that's a different kind of movie, right? Like Panther, it was talking about the Black Panthers, but niggas wasn't trying to become Panthers after they saw it, right? New Jack City was talking about drug dealing in New York City, and niggas definitely started selling drugs after they saw that. That is a Snapple fact. There's no motherfucking ifs, ands, buts about it. That movie spawned niggas to become drug dealers and stand in front of the Carter. They wanted to do their own version of the Carter all around. They even started hitting the road and they took it to quiet towns, tie it down. But before New Jack City, King of New York had these niggas wanting to be the King of New York. That is a fact. You know what I'm talking about? And I mean, King of New York, it's not that accurate because it's showing Christopher Walken, you know, Frank White as like a top dude. And that was, you know, I don't think that was the case back in the days like that. Belly, right? Belly, another one. Belly program niggas. Belly is Belly is an excellent timepiece. Belly captured the 90s. To me, that's one of the last timepieces for the 90s, right? And when I say timepiece, I mean an accurate depiction of a time period that is very keen on the details. I pay attention to details. You got to have the details right if you're going to do a timepiece. And that is that movie Belly, that was a good timepiece. Woo, City of God, excellent timepiece. Made more people in Brazil pick up guns and want to be little Zeke than they were thinking about it before watching it. I asked people in Brazil the impact of City of Gods, and they said, yes, it raised up the crime rate. Now, the king of raising up the crime rate is Scarface and what's that shit with Goldie in it? Superfly. Those movies raised the crime rate. My father said niggas went to go see Superfly with afros and came out with perms, right? Went in there with afros, came out with perms, right? Higher Learning was fire. Yeah. Higher Learning was fire. Right? But Scarface is the father of all of these timepieces. Now, if that motherfucker didn't capture the 80s, I don't know what movie did. But there's another thing that I would have to ask. Did Scarface, was it created drug dealers? It wasn't talking about some time ago. That shit got niggas on their drug dealing motherfucking path unlike anything else. Not the old, no, the old Superfly. The old Superfly. The real Superfly. That got a lot of black power niggas sniffing coke, and they let their hair down. They turned them afros into perms, and they put on them motherfucking platform shoes. Yeah, Carlito's Way, another good timepiece. Shout out to Benny Blanco, another timepiece. Yes, Superfly and the Mac, very instrumental. The Godfather, of course, but it wasn't like, the Godfather made Italian motherfuckers hop into the mob. The Godfather was so put together, well written. It is a timepiece. It is dealing with multiple bloodlines. So you got the Corleone bloodline, right? And you go into Don Corleone's period, right? The 20s and shit like that, all the way up into the 50s. Then Michael Corleone, then Sonny Corleone. And after that movie, niggas was definitely talking about they want to be made men. Real talk. Yeah, Malcolm X was a good timepiece too. State Property, when I watched it again, it's one of the most horrible movies ever made. Goodfellas, Casino, and motherfucking Godfathers got all of these Italian niggas saying use guys. You even got Italian niggas that ain't about that life. They even became mafioso. They was even fronting with the fake peaking ring, talking about use guys. I'm like, nigga, you're my gym teacher. Like, relax. You're not fucking Danny DeVito, nigga. Calm down. You know what I'm saying? We're just learning how to play soccer. What are you talking about? Nigga, this is the volleyball tournament. Because I went to school in Bensonhurst, which is an Italian neighborhood, a school called New Utrecht. Shout out to all of my New Utrecht alumni. And the teachers was Italian. So they had the fake, Sammy the Bull is from Bensonhurst, right? Sammy the Bull is from Bensonhurst. And on a Vlad, no, he wasn't on Vlad. He was on some other shit where he was interviewing and he was explaining the difference between Bensonhurst Italians and Howard Beach Italians, where John Gotti is from. They're different type of Italians, the same way that there's different type of niggas in different neighborhoods. Like a Brooklyn nigga is not the same as a Harlem one, right? We know this. You could tell by their raps. You could tell an East New York rapper is not the same as a Bed-Stuy rapper. Bed-Stuy rappers, Biggie Smalls, Fabulous, Jay-Z, Big Daddy Kane. That's your four right there. That's a Bed-Stuy rapper. If you dissect the style, they got fashion down packed. They got style. They got a certain kind of swag. Even in their rhymes, there's a certain kind of wittiness. They're word playing. Bed-Stuy niggas talk slick, even if they not rappers. They're known for their talk. They're known for their wordplay. They're known for their witty words. They'll talk slick to you and rob you at the same time. That's what Bed-Stuy niggas do. They're known for their griminess. They're known for the fact that they get at the women. They always chasing a skirt. They always looking clean. They know how to make $1 look like 100. This is a Bed-Stuy motherfucking. This is their constitution. Dudes in East New York might not be the same like that. They might not pay attention to fashion the same way that a Bed-Stuy or Flatbush dude is. So it's different type of dudes in different places, and we got to understand that. That's why music is so important, because it gives us a window to different cultures or dialects or quote unquote or waves and whatnot. You know what I mean? It gives us an insight into different waves and whatnot. What about Brownsville? Don't even let me start about Brownsville. You know, I don't want to make nobody from Brownsville upset, but shout out to my Brownsville family. But we know Brownsville is the most grimiest place out of all of Brooklyn. And we know them niggas will steal your sneakers and your socks. That's how they get down. You know what I'm talking about? They taking everything. They taking everything. Can't trust a Brownsville nigga as much as you can see him. And a lot of them is hard to see. So there you go. You know? And I'm not saying nothing. Nigga, Mike Tyson is from Brownsville. He was knocking women out at like 13. How about that? And that's my guy. But he's a fucking goon. You know? Brownsville never ran, never will. The goons come out of Brownsville. The shooters come out of Brownsville. The stick-up kids, the robbers, the niggas that'll rob you in broad daylight. The niggas who walk up and shoot. That's Brownsville. But that's Bed-Stuy and that's Flatbush. You know? The war that's in Brooklyn right now is between Crown Heights, right? The Blickies in them, which is Crown Heights, right? Which is near like Empire Boulevard, Ebbetsfield, Jackie Robinson, Ebbetsfield, where the Dodgers played, is them along with some Flatbush niggas. No, it's them versus Flatbush, which is down the block, because the Flatbush is the Crips, right? In Brownsville, that's where the Woo is at. That's where the Woo. That's Pop Smoke in them. That's the Woo. Now Wu-Tang nigga, the Woo, WOO, right? And that's the war in New York. Oh yeah, and Flossie and Canarsie. So Canarsie and Brownsville versus Ebbetsfield. Canarsie, Brownsville, and Flatbush versus these little niggas in Ebbetsfield. And these like 13, 12, from 13 to like 18. And they there's a war, nigga. Like, don't get caught in the middle of it either, because you might get hit up. But it's not nothing far-fetched, because it was a war when we was young. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, the lowlifes was having a war with the Deceps. They killed Kiki and Raisin. Remember Kiki from Ebbetsfield? Huh? Remember Kiki got killed for his polo? And remember Raisin got killed on Labor Day? These were some real heavy hitters in the hood. You know? And the Decepticons killed 3 of my best friends. You feel me? 3 of my homies, the Deceps, killed them when we was coming up. You dig? And now that I'm talking all of that talk, I gotta say rest in peace or happy birthday to my day one Poop Man. You know, where Poop Man at, man? I gotta give Poop Man a shout out. That's my heart. You know what I'm talking about? And today is his birthday. Tomorrow's Tupac, I believe. You know, this brother is very instrumental in my growth and development. You know, and he was there for us when other people was not. You know, that's my guy right there, Poop Man. A New York, not just a Brooklyn legend, a New York legend. You know, a New York legend. So, you know, we lost him in December. And I don't even know how we lost him. You know, I'm not even sure how we lost him. You know, I'm not sure how we lost him. That's not even, I don't even know if they came up with, he passed. Like, he was on the highway and he pulled over and he was gone. And this is a warrior, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a straight warrior right here. Like, I don't know if it was a COVID. I don't know what happened, but I lost my homie and it still hurts, you know? To this day, it hurts. So rest in peace, rise in power, you know? This young God, Zach right there, this young God. You know, Shit hurts, but that's life, right? That's life. Who said? Oh, you God? You God said that Mike Tyson robbed his mom. I'm telling you, my nigga. Don't let nobody say, yo, come visit me in Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he grew up on Grafton. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. Me and my brother worked for Mike Tyson when we were younger. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I was intimidated. You know what I mean? We went places with Mike. We was in Trump Tower, chilling with him. We was in the Connecticut mansion. He had some barbecues. You know, we was in Flatbush with him. But Mike was kind of unpredictable. Mike was unpredictable, right? Mike would pop off. And Mike had a smoking habit. He smoked a lot of weed, right? And Mike was very horny with women, right? He was very horny with the women. So if you had a baddie with you, that nigga might try to take your girl from you, like on some old, like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like one of those. Like, damn, my nigga, you don't respect the game. That nigga might strong arm your whiz, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he was cool. You know what I'm saying? He's a cool brother. He's completely different now because he's on the toad. He done got off the coke. He done changed his life. That nigga's a vegan, but he was primal. That's the best word I could come up with. Primal. Remember when he wigged out? Allah white ball. Allah white ball. Remember he had the twist in his hair? Nigga, that period. That period. So we holding you the baby. What? What are you talking about, retard? The baby. So I am so proud that he bounced back and became a better version of himself. Right? He became a better version of himself. He has taught me, because I was tuning into hot boxing with Mike. I was learning from his guests. I was learning from him. I respect him. I respected him back then. You know, I respected him back then. Oh, Steve Coakley's birthday is on the 17th of June. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know that. That is a master teacher right there, y'all. Steve Coakley. If you don't know who he is, find out who he is. He is one of the premier master teachers in the conscious community. He was the one who did the research. He blew a lot of things up. He brought us the Boule. He was the one who blew up the Boule. Right? So I look forward. I want to sit down with Mike Tyson one day just to tell him how crazy he was when I was around. He might not have realized it, but that nigga was off the chain. You know, he's not. He's you know, as you get older, can't be on that time all the time. But yeah, God status. Steve Coakley's definitely God status. Undenied, hands down. You know. Oh, we need to get on Hotbox. Yeah. Yeah. Steve Coakley is accredited for bringing Bobby Hemmett out. All right. That's one of the things of his feats. Steve Coakley, you know, believed in a young upstart from Atlanta, Georgia, Wakanda, Bobby Hemmett. He believed in him so much that he brought him out to open up, and he bodied it. Because remember, back in the days, you couldn't just decide that you wanted to be a teacher and dust your shoes off and stand. No, you have to get brought out, like how rappers and reggae artists, niggas bring them out at the stage show. You had to get brought out. So he brought him out. So he brought him out, you know, and Bobby never turned back from that point. You know, he never turned back from that point. You know, so salute to him for seeing the God in Bobby Hemmett and bringing the brother, having you know, because some niggas egos won't allow them to bring, you know, the next man out, right? Some people's egos, niggas is like, I would not let a nigga outshine me on this stage, you know what I'm saying, in front of these people, and they'll basically push you to the back. But he brought Bobby out, and the rest is history. He's a legend, not just for that. He's just a legend for being Steve Coakley. You feel me? And hopefully, when everything works itself out, this community will benefit from, you know, the real stories that need to be told, because we have a history that is immaculate. There's a history where everyone is tied in together. There's a history of this community, or of the master teachers that comprise this community, that I think everybody should see, especially with the whole black population on some woke frequency right now. Oh, they will love it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is on they fight the power. Ooh, they would love that story. I'm talking about because it wouldn't be in a regular movie setting. It would have to be in seasons, because there's so many unsung heroes. There's so many names that you've never heard of, because everybody didn't make it to YouTube. Everybody didn't make it to Hidden Colors. Everybody didn't make it to Instagram. There's teachers from the last 20, 30 years that they don't fuck with none of that. And they're prolific, but you'll never know about them because, you know, y'all are not plugged in. Now, this is a teacher who's not with us anymore, right? And this book right here, right? This book right here is a powerful book. Who knows who this person is? This is a quiz just to see who y'all, if y'all sharp or not. I'm gonna give you the name again. Who's that, man? What's the government? Laws of the cosmos. The wise feeding the wise. I even got his business card. Somebody said, is it Delbert Blair? No. Delbert Blair's name is Delbert Blair. There you go. Somebody got it. There you go, right there. That's Gavin Long, yo. Okay? And if you need to know who Gavin Long is, Google is your friend. Google is your friend. Okay? He gave me this book. He gave me this book. You know? He gave it to me. Told me to read it. You know? And then I seen him on the news a few weeks later, right? And he martyred himself for Alton Sterling, right? And Philando Castile, right? My brother Dave Chappelle, right? Dave Chappelle spoke about him in his 826 special, but he couldn't say his name, right? The first book I showed, that's Ross Ben. Free your mind and your mind will follow. Ross Ben. Go to rossben.com and get this. Free your mind and your mind will follow. This is one of the best books that I read this year. I said that to the family when I did a whole show where I was breaking this book down. It's one of the best books I've ever read this year. It opened up mad shit to me. This one of the best books I read. Right? Right? This deals with look, it's dealing with the same shit. Look, like the hierarchy of laws, you know, very thoughtful. He thought this one out. He thought this one out. Like, this is not some mumbo jumbo shit. His brother was prolific with his work. And he put his life on the line. He sacrificed himself for black people, and they don't even know his name. They scared to say his name. His name, right, is in danger of being washed away. But man like Dave Chappelle, keeping the name alive. He spoke of Mika Johnson and Gavin Long at the end of his 27-minute stand-up. He spoke about the Marines. He spoke about the armed servicemen who took fighting terror in their own hands because based off of the oath that they took with Uncle Sam, right? They were told that if they saw terror on the land to fight it, right? Both of these men were in the armed services, Gavin Long, Cosmos, and Mika Johnson. And they went out there and it's almost like they deputized themselves and they took it in their own hands. And that on 7/7/7, right? On 7/7/7, July the 7th, 2017. On 7/7/7 in Dallas, that man killed about 9 police, right? He was speaking in code. You think he was speaking in code? What was the code that he was speaking? What was the code that he was speaking? Let me know. Somebody said, what about the hangings? We talked about the hangings. We brought up the hangings. I'm speaking about the martyrs right now because if you're going to speak about the hangings, you need to speak about the people who was killing motherfuckers who was trying to hang us or who hung us, right? So Dave Chappelle invokes them in his series, which adds on to their quote unquote mystique. But we know who Darren Wilson is. That's the man that killed Mike Brown. We know Zimmerman because that's the man that killed Trayvon Martin. They tell us those names. If you go and do a Google Trends search, right? You do a Google Trends search or a SEO, search engine optimization search on Zimmerman, George Zimmerman, and see how many times his name was invoked. There's power in that. You keep invoking names. You keep invoking these names, invoking these names, invoking these names. You know these names just off of seeing the picture. You don't know this nigga name though. You don't know his name. You don't know Mika Johnson's name. You don't know Ishmael, the dude who came from Brooklyn. He came from Baltimore, came to Brooklyn. Ishmael Brisdale. You don't know his name. Niggas is scared to say their name, but you want to talk. What the fuck? What do you want to talk? You know what I'm talking about? Outside of marching, and I don't do that. What the fuck do you want to talk about? Because there's nothing else to talk about at the end of the day. Either you passive or you aggressive. At the end of the, I don't really know what the in-between is at the end of the day. And there's no more aggression than the shit that these niggas went and did. There's no more there's no higher aggression than that. They took out what a Christian would consider the Harambe Code, but they also did what they were trained to do by the United States military, and that was to neutralize the threat. And that's what they did, and they put their lives on the line because they figured if I'm going to put my motherfucking life on the line in Afghanistan and fight an illegal war, or if I'm going to put my life on the line in Desert Storm and go kill me some sand niggas that ain't never did nothing to me, then if I come home and I see all of these atrocities taking place, you think I'm going to just sit by and play fucking Xbox all day? Huh? I'm going to play on Bill Gates' computer system all day while I found out, you know, that this motherfucker was helping to kill people with the vaccine, but you're still playing Xbox. Niggas is still thinking about getting a new one too. And why is there only 70 likes? Where's the reciprocation at? I don't get it. Like, I don't ask for much. Three NYPD was poisoned with bleach at the Shake Shack. Are you fucking serious? Whoa. I mean, the regular people are making the food. The regular people are being, quote unquote, traumatized, and the regular people are being targeted. So the police go and eat food from regular people or the commoners. So what you think is going to happen? Oh, somebody said that it's over. Okay. All right. It's over 7. I got to refresh my page. My bad. My shit say 74 where I'm sitting at. It say 74. Right? So we could get it up to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to do nothing. You're listening to me talk to you. Just press the fucking like. Like, no. I mean, some people got heavy arms, but for the ones that don't, go like this. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all got straight jackets on while you listen to me. I get it. You can't move around. Some of y'all are tied up by your dominatrix with some fucking tape and whatnot. Understood. You're the exception. You just continue to get dominated. For the ones that got free hands, just click like. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just click like. I'm not asking for much. You know what I mean? I ain't asking for much. But yeah. These men are soldiers for black people. And when I go to the next rally, I'm going to put those names on the placard, right? I'm going to put those names. I'm going to put those names. Mika Johnson, Ishmael, and Gavin Long. And I'm going to edify their names. Why? Because they put their lives on the line, whether right or wrong. They put their lives on the line for black men that they saw killed, and they couldn't take it anymore. So they were willing to risk their own life to make a statement. I don't think that that should be swept under the rug. I don't think that niggas running around should not say their names. I don't think that they should be shamed and try to be hidden in the closet with R. Kelly and these niggas. No, bring them out the closet. Bring them out the closet. Stop being fucking scared to flex the people who are fighting for you, because the European has no problem flexing. All of their killers, niggas know their names. You know Dylan Roof's name. I don't know the name of the Waffle House shooter, but he might be the only one. They put their names all in your face. You always know who they are. You're allowed to know a cop who shoots a man on camera. There's not a problem with that. They're trying to find out if he's guilty or not. So I don't know if Mika Johnson smoked them niggas. So I'm going to say his name. I don't know if Gavin Long smoked these niggas. Y'all didn't give him a trial. I'm going to say his name. I don't really know if Ishmael was the trigger man, but you niggas killed him. I'm going to say his name, motherfucker. And I'm going to also say salute. Salute to those soldiers. They had to do what they had to do. They made brash decisions, but hey, I didn't train them. Uncle Sam did. So what the fuck? I don't, you know what I'm saying? You got to take that up with their drill instructor. You know, you got to take that up with their drill instructor. I haven't heard one black celebrity ever say their names. That's why, even though David Chappelle didn't invoke their names, he invoked Chris Darner's name, but he would not say the names of Mika X or of Ishmael or of Gavin. He described them, and for those of us who knew who the fuck he was talking about, but he never said their names. He never said their names. Okay? He never said their names. Christopher Darner, I understand the Christopher Darner thing, but he's a separate case. In my humble opinion, he wasn't banging directly to martyr anybody. All three of these names that I brought up, these motherfuckers was like, look, this is the nigga that I'm sending into martyrdom. You know what that means? That means that if somebody ever spills Red Pill's blood, you niggas can't say rise in power, king. No, nigga. It don't work like that. I'm a Scorpion. I'm going to let you know from the gate. It don't work like that. I don't need your candles. You know what I'm talking about? I don't need, unless you spill, I need your candles after you niggas spill blood in my name. Not before. I need you to play Purple Like Prince, right? Made for this. And I need you to put in some motherfucking pain in my name. And then you could light the candle. And I will pop up on a Ouija board. I'll show up at your bar mitzvah. Nigga, I'll pull up when you out there ready to slide, nigga. I'll hold you down. You know what I'm saying? I'll do all of that. But you're going to have to spill blood. If somebody takes me up out this bitch, nigga, we need the whole family to come with me. Treat me like I'm King Tut, nigga. Bury me with all these niggas. I want their dogs with me. I want everybody. I want the whole bloodline to be in the fucking tomb with me. The nigga, whoever put their hands on me, give me the whole family like I'm King Tut. When they dig me up, they're going to find me with a whole fucking party of niggas. That's how I'm going down. Real talk. And if I ever felt suicidal, I will go where the people who I don't like, and I will go and commit suicide with 8 hand grenades, nigga. I'm not going to hang from a fucking tree while there's a fucking situation of black people being killed. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do no dumb shit like that. So I don't think all 5 of those black men, right? I don't know their mental capacity. I don't know how they was wired and whatnot. But I think that all of them were lynched. That's what my spirit is telling me. Near one of them killed themselves. Right? Because black people is lit right now. They're not trying to kill themselves. Like, that's how from where I'm standing, the black man right now, why would you, nigga, Home Depot is cutting checks, nigga. Nike has, the NFL apologized. Why would a black man kill himself in the summertime of 2020 and he don't got the COVID? Are you fucking serious? Niggas survived the COVID to commit suicide? That's what you're trying to tell me? And they're black? I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all. You know what I'm talking about? That is a fucking, that's whatever. Somebody said they'll be smoking gelato. That's right. The only time we say our enemies' names is when we blowing the motherfucker, when that nigga is getting blown in the air. You will never hear me say my enemies' names. Who? Who's that? If you ever hear niggas say, yo, what about that? Yo, you don't be with son no more? And I'm like, who the fuck is that? I don't know who you talking about. Then you I'll say they name, but they're gonna be tightly rolled in a motherfucking Swisher Sweet. I promise you. You don't give your enemy, you don't give your ops no promotion. No promotion. That's why I'm like, why do we be talking about all of these killers of our own people? Why we invoke their names? Why do we even say their names? Why do we bring, why are their names coming? If they not in a blunt, nigga, why are we even saying their names? You don't understand? Niggas is false flagging. 1 minute, this what y'all do all day. You niggas is on Spotify, fake twirling and shit. You niggas think you a blicky or something. You niggas is living out your Chicago drill fantasies. But then when something happened to our own people, you niggas turn into fucking gospel singers. I hate you niggas. For real. You know what I'm talking about? I hate you niggas because you hate yourselves. You niggas hate yourselves. You're not comfortable in your fucking, in your droopy ass skin. And y'all confusing the planet. The whole planet is paying attention. And y'all niggas are confusing the planet. You're false flagging. You're not gangster anymore. You don't want to be a fucking gangster rapper. Look at these gangster rappers on Twitter. This shit is pitiful. Look at these niggas on Instagram. All these niggas is sounding like Gandhi. You know what I'm talking about? These niggas turned into mediators. These motherfuckers turned into negotiators. Like, what the fuck? You false flagging. I'm about to turn your mixtape into a frisbee, my nigga. Where's the smoke? The only person I would have lost all bets. I would have been doing a live right now from somebody's fucking backseat of someone's hoopty, because I would have lost everything. I would have put it on the line and lost it, because if a nigga would have told me Ice Cube would have been the most vocal, jewel dropping, information exposing, loudest voice out of the fucking rappers, nigga, I would have lost the bet. Because I would have been like, who? That nigga from Are We There Yet? You mean homie from In the Club? In the Club. You mean woo, yay, yay? That nigga? I wouldn't have, nah, you wouldn't have got me to believe that. But look how where we are right now. Look at where we are. Ice Cube is leading the charge. I don't know if y'all follow that man on Twitter. O'Shea Jackson is leading that, the information the son is putting on Twitter. Let's just go and look at O'Shea's Twitter, because today's his birthday, so you know we got to celebrate our people while they with us. And I grew up quiet as kept. I grew up. Ice Cube, my brother would tell you, Ice Cube radicalized me as a child, right? I don't know if people understand who he was versus who he became, but he was a wild gangster rapper. Fuck the Police. Remember Fuck the Police? That's Ice Cube, right? Ice Cube kind of got me, like, the shit had me, it blew me away because I wasn't used to hearing gangster rappers, right? There's the album that blew me away. This is the album that radicalized me. This was the album that completely changed my life as, like, I think I was 12 years old, right? Now, my father, he raised us up watching Eyes on the Prize. That's like the hidden colors for back in the days and whatnot. My father told us who we were. He told us everything that we wanted to know about black people. He, you know, my dad rocks an afro. You know, he's very pro. I ain't gonna say pro black. He's just black. You know what I mean? My father is like, he's just a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just one of those cool brothers from the 60s. You know, he's not that militant these days because, you know, he getting his money. You know what I'm saying? He's a professor, so he don't gotta be militant. He's just being cool and shit. He listens to his jazz. He smokes his cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? He does what he had. He watch fucking Rachel Maddow and shit like that. That's the type of woke my father's on. He listens to Rachel fucking Maddow, right? So when I heard Ice Cube, I was like, damn, this some other shit. This is a gangster, right? This a gang banger, because I thought this nigga was in the Crips or something. He said Maddow was a man. I tried to tell my father that bitch was a man. He tried to curse me out. You know what I'm saying? He tried to curse me out. You know, black people from the 60s, I don't know what the fuck happened with them and the hippies, but the black people from the 60s, like my dad and them, they don't care about that LBGT shit. They're kind of like understanding more than we are. They're like, so, you know, that's part of the programming that they went through in the 60s. So this album right here, when he got up with the Lynch Mob, if you don't know, they are the producers that were behind the Public Enemy sound, right? What's my dude? Shockley, Hank Shockley, Keith Shockley and them, right? Fire with the sounds. Fire. I don't know where they at right now, but they was fire. Yeah. And he had Khalid Muhammad, right? And he had Khalid. This is 30-year anniversary right now on this, right? This is 30-year anniversary for this album. I was a young god. This shit had me going. Yeah, I was 14. This shit had me going, bro. It was like, damn. So now, right, this is, when was this? 4 weeks ago, right?
Okay, here we go. God damn. Fucking internet. Where you been? On a little vacation. Oh, by the way, congratulations. Who's a lucky man? I don't have a clue.
This was the illest nigga on the West Coast. Fact.
The neighborhood hussy, she said, yeah. Remember that day? I thought back and tried to calculate. Right.
At the bottom of our news.
Nobody's pen was fucking with Ice Cubes on the West Coast. That is all facts. Before the arrival of Tupac. We not gonna, you know what I mean? By the time Tupac came in 95, this nigga right here was working for Disney. But nobody's pen on the West Coast. Don't throw Paris or none of these niggas out there. Nobody's pen. This nigga wrote for the whole NWA. When he was with NWA, that is when NWA was considered to be street conscious. We be throwing NWA under the bus for all of the fuckery that they brought to the rap game, but that's NWA under Jerry Heller. That is not NWA underneath Ice Cube. Let's be clear. That is not NWA. NWA underneath Ice Cube is Fuck the Police, Express Yourself, a whole bunch of gangster shit. That if LA stayed on that vibe, shit, we wouldn't see a lot of the things that we saw coming up out of there. After he left, then you get Jerry Heller inspired NWA. What was that? Niggas for Life. All of that bitch shit. But not to say that he wasn't on it. He was a little bit on his, you know. NWA was the wave for real. No, they was really the wave when Ice. See, y'all heard this nigga probably with the West Side Connection, right? Y'all remember Ice Cube from In the Club? Yay, yay. When that nigga started saying yay, yay, that's when that nigga fell off. I don't listen to anything after yay, yay. None of that shit. I don't know who the fuck that was. I was about to put an APB out on O'Shea Jackson. Now that nigga is back. And I'm like, okay, where you been? Yay, yay. No, we don't listen to yay, yay. None of that shit. None of that West Side. None of that West Side Connection with that nigga. What's my dude? WC. No. We don't fuck with that. We fuck with this. This shit right here.
I said you're the type of girl that I can't pass over. Give me one chance and I'll
Bend that ass over.
You know, this that smooth Marvin Gaye to me. You know, on that Marvin Gaye shit. Who's the man? Loves is some brother in a big hat, thinking he can beat any bitch with a good rap. Calling him a fucked up nigga. Leaning to the side so it looks like he's sinking into that leopard interior. This nigga think every girl's inferior. To his tongue, get a dumb bitch strung, and she's selling more butt. Don't even get a cut of the month. His name's Sonny, and he know to play. And hope to God they don't find a runaway. That's nigga to be cover stars. He'll have your ass in and out of every car. That moderate sucking every child's dick. Come short of the money, get your ass kicked. You don't like it, but you still call me hump. Last week the nigga put your ass in the trunk. You wanna leave, but Sonny start talking fast. And it make you wanna go and sell more ass. He's getting rich, you was a bitch, and it's like that. Now ask yourself,
who's the man? So the brother said, do I think the Ice Cube sold out and then came back? Is that allowed? All right, let's think about it. This nigga went Hollywood. He did Friday. He said that when he got casted by John Singleton for Boys in the Hood, he wasn't necessarily into acting like that. Then he said that he fell into the role of Higher Learning, and then he fell into the role of Friday that I believe that he financed it, right? So Red, with that being said, it's always in him. He need the world to be ready for his message again. He directed Color Me Bad's first videos. Yeah. He was doing a lot. Remember, Ice Cube was a college-educated black man from a good family. He was not a thug. He was not a gang banger. He didn't come from that necessarily. So to see him venture into entertainment, into Hollywood and stuff like that, I would say that not necessarily him selling out. Am I going to hold the fact that he did the Are We There Yet movies to clean up his image or to soften up his image in order to get more money from Hollywood? I don't think that that's a sellout. I would say this. Because after Death Certificate or Kill at Will, right? He began to venture more into the rap beefs. He got involved with the West Coast beef. He got involved with the West Coast the West Coast, East Coast beef, and then he began to get into the little bit of the gangster shit. I'm saying that I would rather that nigga do a Disney movie in Hollywood before gangster rap, because that was not him. You know what Ice Cube is? That motherfucking album that I just played. Gangster but woke, right? RBG. Revolutionary but gangster. If he's not on that wave, if he's not rapping like that, he's not even worth listening to. He's not worth listening to. It's a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of your energy and your tape deck. Throw it out. It's a frisbee. When he get on that revolutionary shit, though, that's where he shines. Because like I said, if you listen to Fuck the Police is a street. You are now witnessing the strength of what? What did they say? You are now witnessing the strength of street knowledge. That's the intro. That's the tagline. That's a very famous fucking saying on Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton. So one of the things about artists that y'all gonna have to come to terms with is that no artist is a fucking straight line. Henceforth, the name artist. Yeah, he was CB4. He was what's my nigga name? Slow Cash. Straight out of Slow Cash. When Chris Rock did CB4, he's talking mostly about you think Easy-E is that character. No, that's Ice Cube. Yeah, I don't like him in the George Clinton phase. Yay. Straight out of Low Cash, nigga. Yeah, he's MC Gusto. That's one of my favorite movies. That nigga is MC Gusto for real. I don't think Eazy-E was the target. I think Ice Cube was the target of CB4. Ice Cube is Gusto. Ice Cube is Gusto. You dig? Eazy-E was living that shit. That's right. Eazy-E was really selling dope, my nigga. Eazy-E was a dope dealer who didn't know how to rhyme. And Ice Cube was the ghostwriter, and he was lit. All of these niggas was riding on his coattail. He is MC Gusto. And I'm not mad at the fact that he wasn't spitting gangster rap or niggified tunes his whole career, that he dipped off and he besmirched his image with the Disney movies. I'm actually cool with that. You know, I'm actually cool with that. I don't feel like he was a groveling, bootlicking, Sambo, butter biscuit eating ass Negro, because keep in mind, he wasn't saying crazy shit. Wasn't like he was out there saying crazy things. He didn't show a disdain for his people. He didn't slide with a Becky, from what I know. Right? He created a basketball league, right? To give men like Steven Jackson and them, and brothers who have got pushed out of the league. He did what? He opened up an opportunity, an income stream. He was stream chasing. He created an income stream for them to do what? To further their careers. And he was a family man. Became a family man, right? Raising his seeds. His son is an actor now. So I'm good with what he did. I'm not holding nothing against him. I'm good with that. And the shit that he's online doing right now, let's go back to his online activity. Yo, let me just, because this is before he got activated, right? He did his little, you know.
With a male and female. They had their songs like, you know that I ain't the nigga for you to look at when your head gets. And what black top is a fashion. I love black women with a passion. But what they gotta do is really act with all the greatness, shots and sirens. When I be retaliate and try to keep me from running up. I never tell. Yeah. Hey, what? Never did like you. Open it up. Rapping it. All right, I'm down. Got any last words?
Yeah, I got some last words. Fuck all y'all.
Switch. One America willing to make it, no matter what the call.
All right. Ain't gonna be a fucking album release party tonight. I'm gonna show you his shit though. So hold on. This is all the way back there, right? That was his little album release right there, right? Then he's showing pictures. He's reminiscing. Oh, that's what's up, Cube, my nigga. Look, is it over yet? He's even showing you that he went Disney on you niggas, right? Is it over yet? He said it might be time to make another kids movie for real, right? This was 3 weeks ago. Then George Floyd happened, right? Then George Floyd happened, right? So the video before that is about Trump. You know, they do this fake ass independent fact checker stupid shit, right? Oh, it's not about Trump. It was about this dude when they thought that was him, right? So from this point right here, we get our brother back to us that we've been missing for so long, because, you know, you can't stay on this. You niggas be thinking that you could stay on consciousness or super lit your whole life. Sometimes you got to take a break, you know, but that nigga is back from this point on. It's the nigga that you love to hate. Like he said, he's going to give you all fire. Right? The worldwide one hood two-step. Right? The worldwide one hood two-step, meaning that we're bigger. We are Goliath. They are small. That's David. The police are little people. They're not bigger than us. It's not more of them than us. We are the bigger force on a global, national, regional scale. Do not be hoodwinked. Daytime, overtime, weekend. Right? So he said, getting ready for the weekend. Right? They got Chuck D supporting. You know, Chuck D is like, oh, hey, bro. Then, of course, you know, he's going through his woke shit. He's being triggered. He's being triggered. He's waking back up. Right? And he's showing it through his memes and whatnot. You know? He's showing the ICE private contractors. I might have to steal this one. This is new. Huh? Go ahead and hold on to this. I never seen this. Got him. All right. So these are the companies that benefited from prison labor. Microsoft, McDonald's, Walmart, JCPenney's, Motorola, Compaq, Honeywell, Boeing, Revlon, Starbucks, Whole Foods, Chevron, BP, Victoria's Secret, Eddie Bauer, American Airlines, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. All prison labor, slavery. Right? So he's watching the police wild out. He's throwing the black fists up. He's getting radicalized, y'all. You know, this is the, and then he put this up. Fuck the new normal until they fix the old normal. This is when they start saying he was going anti-Semitic. This is when all of the quote unquote the moist, fragiles started, oh my goodness, Peter Rosenberg and all of these silly ass Negroes or silly ass Peckerwoods, they started getting all in their feelings and whatnot because this is a threat to them. They're threatened by a black man expressing themselves. They're threatened by anybody showing pride in their people. They're threatened by that because he's not including them. He's not including them. They thought that they owned him. They thought that they had his mouth like they have the other rappers, right? They thought that they owned him. They cannot afford somebody who they let in to bark on them. This hurts them more than anything else, right? So he throws up the rap gods: Rakim, LL, Ice Cube, Chuck D. Okay. Found the earliest painting of Jesus. Then he throws the Christos, the Black Christ up there. El Christos Negros. So every day I'm just loving this shit. I'm like, yo. So he's repping for the sisters who have been murdered, right? Corin Gaines, Tatiana Jefferson, Chanel Davis, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, Pamela Turner, right? Say their names, say their fucking names, right? Keep them alive in our hearts and minds. Okay? So he threw this up. The laws in 35 states allow cops to have sex with someone in custody. Do you know that there's laws on the book, still to this day, that allow the cops to go in the back of a squad car where where one of their assailants are handcuffed and they could commence to raping? And there's laws on the books that allow that to happen. Okay? When you want to really talk about who these police are and how arcane their fucking policies and their laws are, the slave patrol, right? Look, showing you that this never changed. It never changed. It never changed. Okay? He says, as you protest, the empire plots. Stay ready, right? That's the clown from Spawn. As you protest, the empire plots. It's like the Matrix showed you. They will upgrade the Matrix. You want to push against the system? They're only going to upgrade and get stronger because you can't. It's like the fucking Asian hornets. You can't just play with the nest. You can't kick the nest of the hornets. They're going to come and bite you. They're going to come and bite you. You know that. You're not retarded. You know what I'm talking about? You know that. You know that there's something called blowback. You know? That's why they got 5 niggas hanging. So he said, now is not the time for sport and play. Shut him down. This man owns a league, right? This man owns his own league. He's a boss. Fight the power. You know? So he's just going in. I was looking for the one that really got him in trouble. I'm going to show you the black cube. Right? He threw the black cube and they lost their minds because you knew he hit him. You knew he hit him. When he threw that up, they was like, hold on. Don't wait. You knew that at that point he tapped their jaw. I'm gonna show you it real quick. Right. So now this nigga is basically like all of us on Instagram, the shit that he's posting, he's just going in. Right. Here goes your boy T.I., legend. Right. He throw up the comedic shit. So, you know, he's going through his shit, American Psycho. He's going through the same thing we all went through when we woke up. We going in. We are spazzing on our fucking feed. We looking for memes. Everything is lit. We angry. We lit. We happy. We loving. You know what I mean? We energized. All that. All that. Showing the disparities, of course. No. This nigga's posting more than I thought. God damn it. His father. Shit. Let me just go and pull it up. He is Uber. You know, he's going Twitter. This nigga's going Instagram crazy. Well, I guess his shit on Instagram ain't the same thing, but there you go. You get an idea. You get an idea as to what he's on. The meme that I was looking for, I can't find it, but it is what it is. Message to protesters: if you go back to normal and start spending money, you will never get justice. They have no intentions of treating us fair, never did. If you start spending money, the movement will pass like the wind and the state will continue to abuse people daily. So that's his word to the people. But I just wanted to show you because this is what I was putting up, and I believe that the brother got influenced. But this is the tweet that I'm talking about. It might be on his Twitter. Yeah, make sure y'all go and get the link. The link is in the description for American Gods Part 4. I'm doing that next Thursday in Atlanta. All right. That's going to be online only. Please go and check that out. You know what I'm saying? You know, please go and check that out. That is going to be very, very deep. I'm doing a lot of research, a lot of studying, and I'm sacrificing a lot. All right. And make sure y'all go and check out Black Magic 363. We did a video about the Ice Cube thing, me and Blue Pill. All right. You'll enjoy that. Where's these tweets? Give me 1 second. Yeah, I've been having the tweet storm myself. There you go. There you go, Ice Cube. He threw that up. That's the shit that got him going crazy. He threw that up. And that's the shit that they was like, yo, what the hell done happened to Ice Cube? Right? It was this shit right here. Right? The black cube of Saturn. Because that's when you reveal those secrets right there, then you're crossing over into the occultic. You're not just doing Negro spirituals. You know what I'm saying? You're not just talking about racism. You know, you're not just feeding into their, you know, that's checkers to them. That's not chess. That's checkers. They figured that out. They got every single move to counter that. You know, racism. Oh, they created race. Race is not real. So they could counter that. When you get into this shit though, the black cube of Saturn, when you explain to people that there's some shit hidden in plain sight, right? So they try to pull them up on the anti-Semitism and, you know, all of the shit that they do to protect their truth, right? Ben Shapiro, you know, the Poindexter, right? So he put this up: Jewish control over American slavery, the name of the slave ships and all of that, right? So where was that? I had did some shit where I was exposing the cube like a few months ago. No, not a few months, a few weeks ago. Right? Here it goes. This thread will unravel the hidden scenes between the U.S. police departments, Israel security forces, the rise in police terrorism, the multi-billion-dollar music entertainment industry, International Whores Day, the Black Box, Black Op, Black Lives Matter, and Black Messiahs, right? So I was showing the whole, the black box thing, right? That was us at the UN. We were at the United Nations dealing with the charter of the International Court of Justice, right? We were in the United Nations dealing with the same thing that the US walked out, and that was about talks over racism at the United Nations, okay? And we were there for one of the sessions putting in some of our work. This was a few years ago. Israeli forces train cops in restraint techniques at the Minneapolis conference. So all of these cops, right? U.S. police are being trained by Israel, and communities of color are paying a price. There's a conflict of interest. The Black Cube Chronicles, the private investigators. So the Black Cube is the quote unquote, the Black Cube is also an Israeli Mossad spy agency. All right. The Black Cube that they had people putting on their Instagram pages, or the Black Box, the Black Cube, is dealing with Saturn. They have a spy agency for Mossad. These were the same people who were protecting Harvey Weinstein. They were doing work for Weinstein, and I believe Epstein as well. Epstein was blackmailing all of these powerful people for the Mossad, and for he was working for Mossad. He was working for Black Cube. Jeff Epstein. The money that he was getting was coming from places that were not traceable. Wexler, out of the dude who owns L Brand, which owns Victoria's Secret and whatnot, and Express. He was giving Epstein money, but Epstein was receiving money from the Mossad. Epstein was receiving money from these Israeli quote unquote agencies, and the Black Cube are the private Mossad. All right, now the Mossad is already private, but they have a more private extension, and that's called the Black Cube. Okay. Staff members create fake business websites, promotional videos, and LinkedIn pages for their agents. Field agents are given a phone, fake names, a script, and sometimes wigs and other disguises to win over targets. Targets are known as objects, are sometimes lured to meetings at which conversations can be secretly recorded and later edited to distort conversations, right? They play very, very dirty. Okay, very dirty. Cannot trust them. Yeah. It's the ancestors. That was the ancestors. Okay. See the lights go out? See the blackout? You seen the fires? These are the things that they didn't show to people, right? The shit went completely black. And then the next day they had a blackout. They had black boxes on Instagram, but the White House went completely dark. And they were getting attacked by lightning, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But that's whatever. That's, we're not here for all of that. So yeah, my boy Ice Cube is on his shit, and so are we. And we we watching. Don't even let me get into it. Let's go through these statues real quick. God damn it. Look at the motherfucking statues. Now people will be like, that don't mean nothing. They taking down statues, but black people still dying. I'm like, look, nigga, you gotta start somewhere, don't you? God damn it. What the fuck? Look at your girls in them. Look at where my brothers at. Look at your wifey. Look at Karen. Look at Becky and them. Look at your boo. Look at Bay. Look at Becky Bay. Look at Salt Bay. They going bald headed for niggas. How about that? Looking like skinheads. Looking like American History X. Looking like that little nigga from Toy Story. Looking like Buzz Lightyear. What the hell is this bitch like Carol Baskin? All crazy in the face. How about it? This what y'all do? This what y'all doing? Is this your queen? Is this your queen? Is this your queen? Some of you niggas got hots for Candace Owens. I'll be knowing. Some of you niggas got the hots for her. Tread lightly. They done turned this shit into a rainbow statue. This is the old picture. They put the rainbow flag on that bitch. But this is Robert E. Lee. They're defacing it, right? I'm all with defacing all of these monuments. Bring the graffiti on. I could give 3 fucks. It's not my monument. I like graffiti. I look at the colors. That shit goes with the new Nikes. I'm not mad at graffiti, especially when it's a monument celebrating one of our Holocausters. Graffiti is beautiful. That shit looks excellent to me. You know what I'm talking about? Beheaded statues, I love them too. Beheaded statues look great. All right? Go check out the interview I did with my dude Shaka Bars. All right? It's a 2-part series. It was kind of lit. Okay, did y'all know about this?
Highs despite the nationwide protests this week. Historically, there has been a disconnect between what investors focus on and what happens across the rest of the country. For instance, in 1968, the week after the tragedy of Martin Luther King, the S&P 500 rose over 2%, also up the week after the Rodney King ruling, and Wall Street trading on the reopening instead this year in 2020. Now, despite the positive surprise in the jobs market last month, the average Wall Street economist is still predicting the U.S. economy to shrink by at least a third in the year's second quarter from April to June, but may be encouraged now to be highs despite the nationwide protests this week. Historically, there has been a disconnect between what investors focus on and what happens across the rest of the country. For instance, in 1968, the week after the tragedy of Martin Luther King, the S&P 500 rose over 2%, also up the week after the Rodney King ruling, and Wall Street trading on the reopening instead this year in 2020. Now, despite the positive surprise in the jobs market last month, the average Wall Street economist is still predicting the U.S. economy to shrink by at least a third in the year's second quarter from April to June, but may be encouraged now to be highs despite the nationwide protests this week. Historically,
the stock market is booming right now. If y'all didn't know, shit booming. Shit booming. I'm looking for the headless statues. I can't deal with all of this shit. I got mad Karens to show you, but I don't got time for that. There you go. There go one. Right? Knock them all down. Fuck that. Knock them all down. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Tear down the statues, all of them. Right? This is even a European saying that. Okay? Now, the war is going to start at the statues. I'm going to just keep it 1,000 with you. The war, whatever the civil war is, however that shit pop off, it's going to pop off fucking with these statues. You know what I'm talking about? It's going to happen with these statues. The statue, they're not going to let certain statues come down. That's why you got to make your allies take them down. Right? The editor of Alabama newspaper calls for the Ku Klux Klan to ride again. He said night riders, right? Shit, niggas is getting hung. I guess they riding. Right? Look at this shit. Where's the money at, though? That's just a lot of coronavirus getting spread. Where's the fucking bags? They should have a whole block in LA now after all of these motherfuckers came together You niggas should have a whole block that you own. A whole block. You should have a whole block. Not a block, a district. Niggas should have their own district. District. You should have your own district. Look how many people came out. It's just $5. George Soros is a bad motherfucker, bro. Well, his pockets is wild deep. That's Daddy Warbucks for real. That nigga got a grip on all of them, on all of white America and all of their Negro pals, right? There goes the pander. That George Soros, god damn it, he got these niggas coming out deep. Right? So all of the statues are being defaced. Even if they don't come down, fuck them. Throw paint on them. Whatever. They all got to come down. This is the biggest one that got to come down. Right? What will happen at Stone Mountain, America's largest Confederate memorial? Some people didn't even know this shit. Some people don't even know the history of Stone Mountain, and they be jogging on it. And like I said, I'm going to Atlanta this weekend. I'm going on Stone Mountain, and I'm gonna cause a problem. I'm gonna cause a problem. I'm gonna see how much bail money I got, and I'm gonna cause a motherfucking problem. Right? Look at this, the big pander. Twitter Square set Juneteenth as official company holidays. Why? We don't need you to recognize Juneteenth. Better get on this shit.
Snubs to the Rockets. For the love of the chopsticks.
Better get them blicks up, nigga.
Faced with immeasurable odds. Some of you niggas found pleasure in God. Measuring rod. They treasure their jobs. Athletic build.
Better get your blick, nigga.
Magnetic fields. Moving with serpents.
Put that shit together. Take it apart.
Couldn't predict.
Clean your blicky. Hands up, nigga. Don't shoot. Anyway, hands up, niggas. Don't shoot. You know what I'm talking about? You better get your blicky. Stop playing. I don't know what you niggas is playing for. King Leopold statue removed after the Belgian protesters set it on fire. Man, I wish I could carry a blicky. Gotta get my shit expunged. But for all you niggas that don't have a charge on your record, bro, what are you waiting for? Russell Westbrook to produce executive Terra in Tulsa. Russell Westbrook is doing a Tulsa series, right? He's gonna, on the 100th anniversary, Westbrook has partnered with Blackfin, and he is going to release the Tulsa. He said when he was with the Thunder for 11 seasons, he learned about Black Wall Street. We got to amplify these people now more than ever if we want to create change moving forward. So salute to that guy for doing that. Salute to the brother. There go the statues. We told you, y'all. Them statues was coming down. We told you that in January. I did a whole show where we spoke about the statues and why they had to come down and what they meant. We did that. We did that. And this is poetic justice. This is prophecy in my book. This makes me feel real good anytime I see this take place. I'm very proud of my people and your ally friends for doing shit like that. People may think that that's an empty symbolic gesture. But nigga, you got to start somewhere. What the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm talking about? What the fuck are you doing? God damn it. These are eyesores. These are eyesores. King Leopold, that's an eyesore. That's a violation. That gotta go. That gotta go. That's the butcher of the Congo.
After the Conference of Berlin in 1885, Europeans embarked on a continent-wide land grab. In less than 20 years, 90% of African territory will be placed under European colonial rule.
That's why they gotta go. That's why the fuck they gotta go. And that's why they can never tell no goddamn African going up in the motherfucking Europe that they don't belong there. Eat a dick. They're coming back for their motherfucking rubber, nigga. They're coming back for their coltan. They're coming back for their fucking hands, you pieces of shit. You motherfuckers came in and ravaged Africa and got the nerve to be xenophobic. How dare you niggas? Yeah, this is Young Pill. I was ratchet. How about it? Yeah, me and Blue was ratchet, nigga. We was getting money though. How about it? Where were you niggas at? You know, I haven't seen. No, the only person that was there was Sabi, nigga. Where was you niggas at? He wasn't outside. Stop lying. Look at this. Recent attacks on law enforcement. Somebody out there doing something. I don't know what the fuck. Did they make this shit up? Did they make this shit up? Because I researched all of these stories and they're not making it up. Motherfuckers is out here banging on the police. But you won't see that. You're going to see niggas with hands up, don't shoot. You're going to see motherfuckers marching and twerking in front of the police. They're never going to show you niggas getting ran over and whatnot. They're never going to show you the shootouts. They're never going to show you niggas duffing out the police. They're never going to show you Popo getting knocked out because you cannot show the slaves, the overseer getting beat up because they might think about revolting. So they pacifying niggas. 132 officers was injured in Chicago. 11 officers was injured in Washington. 9 officers in Boston. 27 in Los Angeles. You know, they hurt themselves sometimes so they could get that motherfucking check. 21 in St. Paul. 11 in Washington, D.C. 15 in Columbus, South Carolina. Right? 21 in Salt Lake City. It's some of you niggas that's finna vote for Trump that's probably watching this getting upset that I'm talking about this shit. You get all in your feelings. You niggas are probably even crying right now. I would say to you, grab your motherfucking nuts, nigga. Just have a seat. You know what I'm talking about? Because, look, I'm just a reporter. I got to show the people what's going on the boards. You know what I mean? I got to give them the score, my nigga. I'm just giving them the score. Right? I'm just giving them the score. Now, the National Fraternal Order of Police, they right now are wilding, right? So with all of these attacks, and then you see 5 black men hanging, and the police are like, no, that's a suicide. Really? Really? Do you really believe that? Do you really believe that? Now look at this. This is their pyramid. This is how deep their pyramid goes. This is how deep their hierarchy is. This is how ingrained in society their system is. So you can't really move too much around in this system without running into them sometimes. Right? This is a list of the things that have happened, all of the accomplishments, right? It has happened as a result. Whether they were empty gestures or not, there were things that were being done, and you know, as a result, you know, different things. And I'm sure that they're going to throw that LBGT court, the Supreme Court thing at the top of that, right? More statues. New Zealand removed statue of his murderous namesake. Now, for all of my legal eagles out there, if they remove the statues, that's an admittance of guilt. Now it's time to get after them. Now it's time to get at them. You feel me? Now it's time to get at them. You could get directly at them. You could begin to create lawsuits on them. You could get at them. Let's listen to George.
So, Big Floyd, man, he said, man, I'm back at it, man. Workout game, getting back on up, man. You know, I went through some things, man. I had to bounce back, man. I'm just sharing right now. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, people quick to count you out, man, but just so strict on counting you in. You know? One thing about old Floyd, man, I love the world. I ain't putting on X anybody that know me, then they know me. You know, because, like, people be acting like they be scared to embrace God, worrying about what the next man gonna say and all that. Man, you better get down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't here to show out and all that. You know, it's here just to motivate somebody who want to work out. It might need it or whatever you're going through. Man, don't let Instagram fool you, man, and get you depressed looking at what other people doing and all that, man. I love you, man. Big Floyd, kill your own family.
Big Floyd was about that life. Big Floyd said, nigga, work out. Big Floyd said he loved the world, right? All of my New Yorkers, New York police will no longer crack down on street vendors. Okay? Did you hear that? You know what that means? They caught another body, right? Kenneth McCormick found dead. These motherfuckers out here killing still, right? Watch out for Karens with attitudes because they out here to get us, brothers and sisters, right? Karens with motherfucking attitudes out here clipping niggas. Yeah. Real quick, I'm going to read this and I'm out. How the birthplace of the modern day Ku Klux Klan became the site of America's largest Confederate monument. The Klan is established with impressiveness. This was in the newspaper. Lesser known is that Stone Mountain is the symbolic birthplace of the modern Ku Klux Klan. The original Klan, founded in 1865, had been largely stamped out by the mid-1870s after a period of aggressive federal intervention during Reconstruction. In 1915, William J. Simmons, a former Methodist preacher, launched a campaign to reestablish the group. This was after Birth of a Nation, a blatantly racist historical romance glorifying the original Klan. Simmons led a small group up Stone Mountain one November night in advance of the film's Atlanta debut. At the summit, they set a cross ablaze. This was on Thanksgiving that he did it, mind you. This was in 1915. 4 years later is the Red Summer. The reestablished Klan's white supremacist ideology, primarily targeting blacks, but also Jews, Catholics, and foreigners, struck a chord in the South, and the group rapidly expanded. By the mid-1920s, national membership was estimated in the millions, right? In the millions, right? Venable later leased a portion of the land to the Georgia chapter of the United Daughters of the Confederation, or the Confederacy, who set out to build a memorial to the lost cause. Look out for them. Anything that they put their hands on is fucking rust. All right? The Daughters of the Confederacy. They are the ones. Those are the Karen's grandmothers. Right? And they restored their sons. They restored their fathers. They restored the legacy of the men who they say were protecting their fucking yoni. All right? Or their cave from black men. So they herald them as protecting them from damsels in distress, from these black wildebeest men they wanted to impregnate and iron their gabardines on their fucking ironing board backs, right? It said that the daughters said that it will be the greatest monument ever built, comparable to the Egyptian pyramids. Helen Plain, head of the local United Daughters of the Confederacy chapter, went to great lengths to persuade Borgelum to include the Klan in the memorial. I feel it is due to the Klan, which saved us from Negro domination and carpetbag rule, that it be immortalized on Stone Mountain. Why not represent a small group of them in their nightly uniform approaching in the distance? Strom Thurmond's breakaway Dixiecrats displayed the battle flag prominently at their convention in 1948. By 1951, a newspaper in Gastonia, North Carolina, was commenting on the rash of Confederate flags which have broken out on southern windshields, ties, and other decorative spots. The same year, the Nation reported that nearly 1 car out of 10 now flies the stars and bars defiantly from its radio aerial. So they were not even flying the flag like that, y'all. There was still pressure, and you would think in the quote unquote segregated, the Jim Crow South, that these niggas got you thinking that you was nothing, that you had no fucking any say about anything, that you was some groveling Negroes living on farms. It took them to the late 40s to start flying those flags in defiance. They were still embarrassed about Civil War, getting their ass kicked. They were not accepted. Motherfuckers was not given, they was not putting on for no Boss Hogg and Roscoe Biko train General Lee ass white folk. That niggas wasn't jacking that, even all the way back then. So they resurrects the Klan. They have the Red Summer and all of these riots. That starts in the early 1900s. By the 20s, this is in 1915. They said by the roaring 20s that they're in the millions. They're in the millions. When Garvey and them is leading, they're waking their people up, right? The Harbinger, Marcus Garvey he got thousands of people marching in Harlem. He's at Madison Square Garden and all that. So, some things remain the same. But that's it for me tonight, y'all. I gave y'all a full show. We was here for a while. I appreciate everybody. I enjoyed everyone's presence tonight. I just want to say thank you for being with me. I'm contemplating taking a vacation. I'll let y'all know about it. I talked about it before. And then I had a lot of my comrades tell me, no, you can't leave. Red Pill, the people need you. And I'm like, nigga, my baby needs me. Shit, I need me. Like, I need to take a break. You know what I'm talking about? This is a lot of fucking, just everything right now. It's a lot. It's a lot. And the only reason why I'm saying that I wanted to take a break is because it has me caught up, encapsulated. There's some nights where I go to sleep with my phone on me, because it's too much. Like, it's a lot to keep up with. It's mad motherfucking shit going on in the world. And I got a newborn. And I don't want to be, sometimes you gotta separate yourself from your work sometimes and just focus on everything around you and shit like that. So I'm weighing it out, I'm weighing it out. And I don't think people are listening the way that they should be. It's a lot of people that are distracted. And like I say, I'm about action, not distraction. And our community is split in between action and distraction. You got all of the conspiracy theories. They don't want to do shit in with life. These niggas are vagabonds. They're not about doing much, because I have yet to meet a conspiracy theorist who's active in doing other things in life that's benefiting other people. A lot of those motherfuckers are selfish, broke. They're not responsible. They're not raising they're not really raising too many people to be too many things. And they use the conspiracy shit as a cop-out to not do anything for anybody. No, I'm not burning myself out. That'll never happen. Like, I'll never burn myself out. I want you to think that this is some fucking emergency. It's not even a burnout. I can't burn out. You know what I mean? I'm like a Tesla, nigga. I'm running off of a different kind of battery. I'll never burn out. It's just that I got a lot of shit to do. I got things that I have to tend to. And I can't tend to things if I'm on Twitter, if I'm on Instagram. I got some books that it's a fucking crisis, and I want to put a book out. It's my 10-year anniversary, and I want to start shooting a document. I haven't even started the shit. It's 2020, and I want to finish my album. You know what I mean? I haven't finished. I listened to my album, and I don't think that it's finished. I need some fight the power type shit. This little nigga, little baby, is out here on my neck. He's out here doing riot music and protest songs. Nigga, I gotta write a protest song. I don't have the protest song, so I gotta hold on till I get my protest song. You know, it's shit like that. It's not no burnout. It's just, you know, I got websites, I got my orders, my fucking clothing, my website. It's mad shit that I gotta do. And because shit is going so fast, and like I said, I'm not, I left, people don't understand. Nigga, I left New York City. I left an apartment filled with clothes, machines, merchandise. I never moved. I just left. You know what I'm talking about? I never moved out of New York. I just got the fuck up and got up out of there and left everything behind. Real talk. Because I did not want to be in New York City because I knew something was coming. I left before that shit became the epicenter or ground zero of COVID-19. Y'all remember, you could tell from the backgrounds. I was doing my show. My baby was on the way. This was in March. And I was like, nigga, I'm getting the fuck out of New York. At first, I was like, I ain't leaving. Then I was like, Spirit is like, if you don't get your black ass up and get the fuck out of here, we're going to give you the COVID, nigga. You're going to be sitting around with the chills, coughing on yourself. And I got up out of it. I left all my shit behind and I got the fuck out of there. I'm about 2 hours away, you know? And when I went back to New York City, which was about 2 weeks. Remember when you saw me in the studio last week? I was in New York. I felt out of place in New York. I did not feel like I was back in the, because I came back to a different New York. New York has changed. New York, the frequency in New York is completely different. New York has completely changed. The shit is Gotham right now. I'll just keep it a buck with you. The shit is Gotham. It's not New York City. It's Gotham. And, you know, I wasn't used to that. You know. So where I was at, or where I was coming from, you know, I got horses outside. I'm surrounded by trees. You know, it's just real laid back. In New York, everybody got on a mask. These niggas don't wear masks where I'm at. Everybody got on a mask. The police look terrified. You know, the streets are empty. The shit just looks barren. It don't look, you know, just, I don't know. So I'm glad that I left. Fuck it. You know, and I don't know if I ever be back. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I ever be back. I might, but who knows? You dig? Oh, the Jason months is definitely going to be fun. The Jason months are definitely going to be. This is the countdown. We on month 6. So everything from this point is a countdown to the end of 2020. It's not how you start the race. It's how you finish it. So this is going to be super duper interesting. My money says the aliens are finna pop up. I got money on the aliens. You know, I went to Vegas. I put money on the aliens. So, you know, we're all going to walk through this together. We are all going to walk through this thing together. We're going to experience history together. We've already experienced history together. You know what I'm saying? We're going to experience more history together. We'll talk about it. We'll laugh about it. You dig? And I'll see y'all in Atlanta. You know, that might be the next stop. I don't know. Who knows? I'll see y'all in Wakanda this weekend. Like I said, I'll be in North Carolina. Let me pull that flyer up. I will be in North Carolina on Thursday, the 18th, to kick off Juneteenth. All right. Shout out to all of my Juneteenthers. I will be there in Sanford County, right, with Roscoe Biko Train and motherfucking General Lee and all of these niggas. We're going to be in Lee County, right? So we could bang on some, I mean, you know, I got to get my hands on one of them statues my damn self. I need that adrenaline rush. I need to see something come down. So we'll be out there, and then the next day I'll be in Atlanta for a few days, and we're going to be turning up. And if you're in the A, I want y'all to pull up, and we're going to be feeding people. So if you want to feed people in the neighborhood, come and hang out with us. You know, we're going to be doing a lot of community service because, you know, that's what it's about. Father's Day weekend, I want to feed somebody. I feel good on Father's Day if I'm out there just feeding some homeless people. But we're not even feeding homeless people. We're going door to door to real people who got refrigerators. And we feeding them. We're bringing them fruits. We're bringing them vegetables from the farm. And we're letting them know that we are in the neighborhood, because this is about trust. This is about Black people seeing other Black people as people who could bring good to them versus people who bring bad. Like if you see a Black person in your neighborhood, you don't have to brace yourself, because we're not bringing pestilence and death. We're bringing life. We're bringing hope. Not just fuck hope. We're bringing life. We're bringing health. And we're bringing wealth. Because together, our network is our net worth. And together we're stronger than we would be split in pieces. That's when we're weak. Can't hit a person with a, you can't punch a motherfucker like this. You gotta bring the separate fingers together to form a fist to make an impact. Or you just gonna be out here open hand smacking niggas like they your bitch or something. You know what I'm talking about? Trump rally in Tulsa. I heard that they canceled that. I heard that they canceled that. Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm it's full steam ahead. This is what I would say to that and all of the parents can relate. I have a newborn. So my battery is always gonna be charged. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a newborn and he's beautiful, right? He is extreme. I'm scared to put the little dude on Instagram. He's so damn cute, and he gives me life. So does my daughter and my other son, of course. My children are my rock. They're my foundation. They are my battery, So I don't need nothing else but them. So as long as my seeds is good, I'm good. And if anything was to ever change on that, then I could guarantee that I would change. So that's what it is. But with that being said, we'll be back. I'm gonna go live on Thursdays. I'm gonna go live on Thursdays. If you have a stream, hit me on the inbox for my stream chasers. Hold on, let me show y'all. We are signing people up left and right for the stream chasers. Shout out to everybody who got down with that, because that right there, we making moves. We definitely making moves. All of my brothers and sisters that are signed up to Unity of Prosperity, if you didn't get the email, we are finished with that stream. That stream has dried up. Okay, there's no more fish in that stream. So we are currently moving on to a new stream. We're gonna rock with 19 Keys and Chris Cole. They have the same thing that we were doing with Unit of Prosperity, and I think that they even offer a little bit more. But I'm gonna give my brother Chris Cole and 19 Keys. We're gonna rock with them for the Forex, and we are never gonna rock with Unit of Prosperity. They did their part. They did their part, and like I said, streams dry up. So that stream has dried up, and I'll just leave it at that. You feel me? That stream has definitely dried up, and we'll just leave it at that, and we'll jump on something new, and we'll take it from there. But I'm trying to pull up the Stream Chasers flyer, but it said that the file was too big for some reason. I don't know why it said that. I wanted just to show y'all the logo and shit, but I know how to do it. Let me show you this. Here we go. This is the brother Chris that I did the show with. It's on my YouTube. Ashley the Classy.
Situations like this, so it doesn't seem as if we're being rebel rousers, because this is not about a rebel rousing. A war chest. I'm in total control of this thing.
Yeah. Because
yeah, that's a good brother. He gets big money, and he knows what he's talking about. There you go, Stream Chasers. Right? We're going to be doing a show on Wednesday. I'm going to introduce the family to the brother Chris Cole. It's tentative. The Ashley the Classy episode, we're going to be doing one with the brother so we could break down how we are making moves and whatnot. Somebody says, how do a broke person donate? Share the video. All right. Share the video. That's all you got to do. Just share the video. Give me your eyeballs. Pause. You know what I mean? I don't really ask for that. That's really all I need. Just share the video. If you don't got it, I don't got it either. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is share the video. Let the people know that we here. And then we good. You feel me? And then we good. So yeah. So with that being said, see me on Wednesday. I'll be back on Wednesday for Stream Chasers. We're going to be doing an Ashley the Classy episode. We're going to introduce you to Chris. If you want to listen to him on Instagram, go and check him out. If you want to sign up, I have a landing page for Stream Chasers. If you want to sign up, you can sign up to Stream Chasers right now. Just leave me your email, right? And then if you're part of the email list, you are going to receive a lot of information. You're going to know about the lives. You're going to know about new streams. You're going to have a lot of the insight. I don't want to be on YouTube giving up a lot of this information about the streams and stream chasing. This is mostly behind the scenes type of things with people who are serious about that paper and making moves. You know what I'm saying? That's not for YouTube. This is a private group. So our information is more like intellectual propriety, IP, intellectual property. So I can't be on YouTube where they own all of my information, because anything on YouTube, they own your shit. So I'm not going to be on YouTube giving out all of this economic talk. And that's off the motherfucking grid. That's off of YouTube. So sign up. Get down with the get down. We're chasing 20 streams for 20 days. So imagine if you had 20 streams to basically, you know, a stream is like, think about a stream of fish. Like, think about, we just opened up streams and there was mad fish, and whatever day you want to go over there, you could just stick your hand in the stream and pull out some salmon and whatnot. And then you could walk over there, you could pull your hand and you could pull out some fucking barracudas. Or you could pull out a dolphin and shit. Whatever you niggas like to eat. Multiple streams to feed us. Multiple streams to feed us. That's what we need. So with that being said, I want to say goodnight to the family. I'm going to end it with Cambada, with a new song for Cam called Nigga Christ. All right? Y'all enjoy yourselves. Y'all be safe. And, you know, stay out of the way of them race soldiers.
I'm back from the death. I don't have to repent, I don't ask for the breath. Life is of gradual steps and I feel like the last one is next. But they knocked me down. A nigga just a king without the crown. I'm so hungry I don't need to speak, I let my stomach growl. You just wonder how. Melanin law, the sun is my energy source, the one that the devil informs. My head full of thorns, I'm stuck in this 21st century war. Lucidly thinking, Lucy the juice that I'm drinking, hallucinate truth in its meaning. I view what computers are dreaming, unusual humanoid heathen. Delusional even, at funeral chiefin', I laugh in a room full of grievance. My hugest achievement is proving that music is fluent as breathing. I give them life, I give them life. From the dark, I give them life. Nigga Christ, nigga Christ, nigga Christ. I give them life, I give them life. From the dark, I give them life. Nigga Christ, nigga Christ. Yeah. My body is cybernetic, oxygen is a psychedelic. Make it move kinda like kinetics. Make the coke hard like I'm his fetish. Now my wifey jealous. Ghetto sophistication in my mental configuration. Pissing yellow precipitation on your head while I'm in the spaceship till I'm feeling weightless. Higher learning got me sipping brandy, shooting banks up. Cause a rapper Paul, I be at your door with the Macklemore, like the cracker rapper or the Apple Store. You would think I'm Cinderella's prince, cause I'm going door to door with the pump. If the shoe fits, let it ring. Street sweeper like a broom, so you better jump. Jump off with the drip on lean +2. That's a triple tough grip a pump. It's a UFO with a laser beam that'll lift them up. Alienate you. You couldn't think that they alienate you. Eat you so fast that I barely could taste you. I could see you scared to fear in your face. Thank you. Thank you. I give them life. I give them life. From the dark, I give them life. Nigga Christ. Nigga Christ. Nigga Christ. I give them life. I give them life. From the dark, I give them life. Nigga Christ. Nigga Christ. Nigga Christ. I turn vices to virtues. Call it island reversal. I wake up your light and research you. I restore the sighting your third view. My science is verbal. From deep in the silence I birth you. Circle divided by circle inside of a cipher of circles. Like Vesica Pisces I merge you. The cycles converge. When God uses joystick to guide me, he plays so hard that he numbed his thumbs. I'ma hit a lip like I punched the tongue. I'm as sharp as the knife chase stuck in on. Crew illa, I'm the 100 one. I got hungry lungs. Me versus the whole world's population still feels like a one-on-one. You see impossible, I see I'm possible. Mama, look at what I could do. Body the obstacle. Father Muhammad the honorable. Call it Muhammad on Donahue. I give them life. I give them life. From the dark, I give them life. Nigga Christ. I give them life. I give them life. From the dark, I give them life. Nigga Christ. Nigga Christ.